The unique landscape of San Francisco has been the backdrop for the unique accomplishments of Steve Young and Jerry Rice. They've defined the 49ers in the 90s. Now the landscape is changing. New on the horizon is 25-year-old untested #1 draft choice Jim Druckenmiller and a group of receivers, none of whom is named Jerry Rice. We're just a long pass away from the arch in the Trans World Dome in St. Louis for the renewal of a great NFL rivalry, the 49ers and the Rams. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fox NFL Sunday. I'm Sam Rosen, along with two-time Pro Bowler Bill Maas. Well, Steve Mariucci thought he had a good thing going when he took over as head coach of the 49ers, but last week he had what he called an ungodly week.
And it was ungodly for him. First the loss, then the injuries, and now to pull him out of it, they need the youngster, Jim Druckenmiller. Now, Jim, we talked to him yesterday, this guy's nervous. He's a young kid with a big cannon, but that's okay sometimes because he's going to be interesting to watch like a young Brett Favre or John Elway. But I really think what they need to do with him is use the offensive line. They've got to protect him better than they protected Steve Young last week, and they've got to run the ball with Garrison Hurst. It'll be a big plus for him if they can do that.
And the other thing is they need a big game from the defense, which down through the years in the 90s hasn't gotten the credit that it deserves.
Well, that's really been their battle cry. We don't get the respect. It's all about the offense. But they've had some darn good defenses, and they're going to be called upon today. John Marshall, the defensive coordinator, knows that this group, it's up to them to win the game for him today. So if they want the attention, they've got to go out and earn it.
Rams have lost 13 straight to the 49ers, but Dick Vermeil has never coached against a 49er team. Coming up, it's the 49ers and the Rams from St. Louis. Bill and I will be back for the opening kickoff when Fox NFL Sunday continues after these messages from your local station.
And now, the Erickson Countdown continues.
18th consecutive sellout here at the Trans World Dome. And here's how Jim Druckenmiller got encouragement from Kevin Green.
He thinks he's back in wrestling. But, you know, Druckenmiller loves it. He loves the support. He wants all the support from everybody. Now Steve Young comes over and says, relax, man.
Take it easy on him.
You might give him a concussion.
Oh. Tommy Thompson will kick off barefooted. He is the punter. Jermaine Ross, number 82. Amp Lee, number 31, back deep for the Rams, who won at home last week over New Orleans, 38-24. Dick Vermeil looks on. Thompson kicks it away high to Ross at the 3.
They've got to see him.
He's got an opening, breaks outside. Jermaine Ross across the 40, knocked out of bounds by the kicker, Tommy Thompson at the 43. Beautiful run back by Jermaine Ross.
Now watch what Jermaine Ross does. He takes this up the middle of the wedge, but the thing is getting set up to the right. See how he sucks the defenders inside? Now he breaks it outside to the right. That's where the hole is. That's where the seam is. Great field position. What a way to start, and what a boost for a team.
Frank Gans, yeah, he loves that. He really works hard. Up at the 44, Tony Banks with a single setback. Lawrence Phillips, who had the big game last week, bursts through and gets to midfield. Pickup of 6 for the Rams on first down. The second-year quarterback out of Michigan State, Tony Banks, had a solid game last week. After a first pass interception, he settled down to lead the team with 2 touchdown passes. The offensive line will try to hold off a strong 49ers defense. The wideout still missing the great Isaac Bruce, out with a hamstring pull for the second consecutive game.
This way, Kenny.
In motion, Torrance Small. Phillips again. Gets about 2 on the play. Dana Stubblefield, number 94, in on the tackle, and 9 of the 11 starters for the San Francisco defense have been to the Pro Bowl, including that man, Dana Stubblefield. Bryant Young, great defensive tackle. Barker and Dolman are the ends. The linebackers, Ken Norton Jr., 3 straight Super Bowl champions he was on. And the deep backs, outstanding. Merton Hanks, the big playmaker. Rod Woodson coming over from Pittsburgh. It is 3rd and 2 with 2 tight ends in the lineup. And Lawrence Phillips for a first down and more. Nice cutback by Phillips, who picks up where he left off last week.
Boy, Sam, you're not kidding. And I'm telling you what, The Rams are coming out and attacking the teeth of the San Francisco 49ers defense, and that's their defensive tackles. Watch this cutback by Phillips. He cuts it back right in between Stubblefield and Bryant. And that's what they did on the first 2 plays. There was a trap by Ziegert on the first play, and then again right up the middle, and they're moving the ball out.
Mike Rudatoria, the center, calling some line signals. Banks, Phillips again. Nothing there. Good play by the forward line. Roy Barker, the defensive end, number 92, got in with the first hit on Lawrence Phillips. 4 straight running plays for the Rams.
Yeah, when you come into this game for the 49ers, I mean, heck, you know you have to stop him. You know you have to stop 21. If you watch film of last week and what he did, I mean, you're keying on number 21, Lawrence Phillips. I mean, you have to come into this game and you're talking about gaining respect and taking over a team and winning. You have to stop 21.
Craig Hayward is the wing back, and he goes in motion. Banks' first pass of the game. Threw it high and almost intercepted by Marquez Pope.
No, that wasn't pretty.
Some bad timing on the play between Banks and Hayward.
Now they create a situation for themselves where it's 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, and that's not what they like. That's not what they want to get into, the Rams.
Phillips comes out, so does Ernie Conwell, the tight end. 3 wide receivers are in. Ron Moore is a wing back to the right, and Amp Lee is the lone setback. He needs 10. Banks rushed and completes. Just short of a first down. It's a good tackle by the 49ers on Amp Lee. Merton Hanks was there. Ken Norton Jr. was there. And they're looking for the spot. You can see the fans reacting, but I think it's going to be just short of a first down.
Yeah, well, the referee's going to call timeout and get this thing measured.
Steve Mariucci, the first-year head coach of the 49ers. I think he's handled the week pretty well. You know, I mean, it was just devastating for the 49ers.
You know, I think there's got to be a ton of pressure on him. A little short, as you can see there, but Mariucci, I mean, there's just got to be a lot of pressure on him to win. You know how much pressure was on Seifert to win a Super Bowl? There's that much pressure and more on him to just win.
Fans of the Trans World Dome cheer because the Rams will go for it on 4th and inches.
One of the things Dick Vermeil said, Sam, was he goes, we got to take shots in this game. We got to take chances. Now, when you're down here and you've run the ball against them this well to get down here and it's 4th and short, you've got to go for it.
And they are going for it with 3 tight ends and the quarterback sneak and a first down for the Rams.
That's taking a shot. That's what Dick Vermeil is talking about when he says we have to take some chances. And you do when you play a championship team like the 49ers. Watch the quarterback sneak. He's going to take the snap and come right off his left guard, right behind John Jarrett.
He didn't need much. With big Tony Banks used all of his size to get the first down. And the Rams march continues just inside the 49ers 30. Torrance Small in motion. Banks with good time goes deep. Into the corner for Eddie Kennison, a little too far. Marquez Pope was covering Eddie Kennison on the play.
But it wasn't a poorly thrown ball because that ball was thrown in the right place. Eddie Kennison got tangled up. Watch him trip his feet. He gets tangled up with Marquez Pope and trips a little bit. It's going to occur right there. Now, see that trip? That throws the timing off, or else he would have been where the ball was, and that would have been a touchdown.
Last year, Marquez Pope did a number on Eddie Kennison.
Yeah, you know, Eddie Kennison has something to prove against. Marquez Pope likes to play up on the man. See how he is right here, up close? He likes to jam the receiver on the line of scrimmage, and he did last year.
On 2nd and 10, delay to Phillips, nothing there, breaks it outside, gets about a yard. Good job by the forward wall of the 49ers. Lee Woodall was in there. Dana Stubblefield was there as well.
You know, he had a big game last week, Lawrence
yes,
Phillips.
he did.
I mean, heck of a numbers. But you know what I saw in him, and the numbers are good, and the touchdowns are good. But what I saw is the way he ran. The way he ran was better than I've ever seen. And it's something that I just saw. Although he only gained a yard there, he made 2 people miss to get that yard.
3 wide receivers in for the Rams and 6 defensive backs for the 49ers. On 3rd and 9. Delay to Amp Lee. He's got some running room. short of a first down. First hit by Merton Hanks, and then Ken Norton Jr. got over to finish it up.
Great acquisition by picking up Amp Lee. He's really going to help them out as a third down back, as you saw there on the draw, and also some passes out of the backfield. But here's an interesting story right here. Number 14, Jeff Wilkins, was the 49ers kicker last year. Had more points than any other kicker in 49ers history last year, and they let him get away. And he said he's anxious about this game. He hasn't slept all week thinking about getting them back.
This will be a 40-yard field goal try. He was 1 for 2 last week. And this one is right through. Jeff Wilkins, the former 49er, puts 3 points on the board for the St. Louis Rams. The Rams take the opening kickoff, control it for over 5 minutes, and finish it up with a 40-yard field goal.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to fly. By Visa, the official card of the NFL. It's everywhere you want to be. www.visa.com. By Pizza Hut. Wouldn't it be great to enjoy today's game with a great pizza from Pizza Hut? And by Nike.
Jeff Wilkins kicks off to Ahani Awezike or Tyrone Drakeford. Big, strong leg out of the end zone, right through.
You don't think he's pumped up? Huh?
And there is Jim Druckenmiller. He'll be 25 years old on the 19th of September. Steve Young gives him a pat.
There's a flag back here.
They're waiting to check it out back at the Rams 38-yard line. Bob McElwee is the referee today.
Offside. Number 24 on the kicking team. Re-kick with a 5-yard penalty.
Dexter McLean, the man who went offside. Little nerves in there?
He wants to get out there now. He doesn't want to re-kick. I mean, he's been waiting for this all week. You know, I saw him out on the field. He was out there like 2 hours ahead of time. He worked out with a karate guy. He was running around sweating, throwing the ball.
Wait, I didn't see nerves there. He just yawned. He took it easy. Steve Young will be checked out again on Tuesday. He'll be helping out on the sideline today.
Coach Young, you know, you have to reevaluate that. It's a good thing he's taking his time with that and evaluating. Because, you know, you get hit a couple times and you say, well, I can come back. But, yeah, you get hit a couple times in the head and you think you can come back, and then all of a sudden it keeps reoccurring. Now when it's reoccurring, you have to, he's been hit in the head more times than Rocky. And now you have to sit there and think about it. Hey, I've got to make a decision for the rest of my life.
All right, the last kickoff traveled 80 yards. Let's see how long this one is. 5 yards back. Low line drive. Bounces at the 20. Awezike picks it up at the 10. Looks like he tripped over his own man. Goes down around the 28-yard line. Keith Crawford was in to make the tackle. The special teams captain for the Rams. And Jim Druckenmiller, first rookie to start at quarterback since Joe Montana in December of 1979. Started Virginia Tech. You saw his preseason numbers. Played 3 preseason games, twice as the third quarterback and once as the second quarterback. Garrison Hurst on first down, follows some blocking, gets about 2 on the play. Hurst ran for 84 yards last week against Tampa Bay.
You know, one of the things that's going on here is that Mariucci, I talked to him yesterday, and he told us that, hey, we're going to run the 49ers offense. And we haven't changed anything. And I'm thinking to myself, how can you do that? How can you put this young kid in there that's been in camp about 3.5 weeks? We are grooming him as the third-string quarterback, and now he's your starter. How can you just go out there and throw the ball like the 49ers offense does? I think they've got to run the ball and run it a lot, just like they did the last play.
Garrison Hurst flanked to the right side. Short pass to the tight end, Brent Jones. And it looks like it'll be enough for a first down. For the 49ers, the offensive line, Jesse Sapolo had heart surgery in February. He's back as the starting center. J.J. Stokes and Terrell Owens will have to pick it up at wide receiver in the absence of the great Jerry Rice. First down for the 49ers on their own 38-yard line. They did not score a touchdown last week in Tampa. Lost 13-6. In motion, Garrison Hurst. Flag on the play, and the play is stopped. So it'll be against the 49ers, a false start.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 76 offense. 5 yards, first down.
Burke Strafford, the right tackle, the man called for the false start.
Yeah, you know, last week you looked at this offense, and the offensive line was a big problem for them. It really stood out, their weaknesses. And they didn't block anybody on the run, and they didn't block anybody. They didn't pass protect well, and you saw the result. I mean, Steve Young got hurt, and then on the reverse, it was Jerry Rice, too. So it has to be a big emphasis on these guys to perform well.
2 tight ends in for the 49ers. William Floyd has come out. Garrison Hurst, the lone setback. Hurst comes up the middle, nothing. Good hit by Bill Johnson. Bill Johnson, the 7th-year man out of Michigan State. Leslie O'Neal had a strong game last week. The linebackers, Roman Pfeiffer, the defensive captain. And the deep backs, Todd Light, they're still without Toby Wright. And Bud Carson will mix it up on the rookie, Jim Druckenmiller. 3 wide receivers in for the 49ers. Terry Kirby, the lone setback. Draw to Kirby. Couple of blockers. Across the 40, out of bounds, at about the 44.
See, that was a wise choice. See, that's what I'm thinking they're going to do. You have second and about 14, and everybody's thinking pass. You spread them out. They got 3 wide receivers in the set. But watch how they toss this. This is a nice block right here. Watch that. That's the scoop. They pin it all inside. They kick out Ray Brown. And there's Hanshaw, too. And then, Kirby's just to the sidelines. Almost a first down. But that's the things they need to do. They've got to get the running backs involved. They've got to get this offensive line some confidence.
5 defensive backs in for the Rams. Steve Mariucci looks at his team on 3rd and 3 at the 45. 3 wide receivers in for the 49ers. Short drop. Druckenmiller throws incomplete. There was pressure right on him. Leslie O'Neal. Late flag goes down in the Rams secondary.
And I think they're going to call that on Ryan McNeil.
And it is against the Rams. So that'll bring a first down for the 49ers.
Holding, number 47 defense, 5 yards, automatic first down.
Watch, here he is right here. That's Ryan McNeil at the top of your screen. Now he's lined up on Stokes. Now Stokes is going to run the slant. Now see him get a hold of him right there and hold the back of him. He had his arm around the backside and was dragging him down as the ball was getting released. Ryan McNeil is used to playing zone defense coming from Detroit. And he's been down here, and through the preseason, he's been forced to play a lot of man. And every time he's up playing bump and run, he's had problems.
What can they do to change that, to help him out?
I'll tell you, that's Bud Carson's defense. He better learn it. That's the only thing that's going to help him. Because Bud plays bump and run. You need to have corner guys that can cover so that the rest of your defense can do all the stunts and the things that they do.
Owens and Stokes to the right side. Hurst in motion left. And William Floyd takes the pitch. Whoa! He's upended the middle linebacker, Robert Jones. Big tackle by the former Dallas Cowboy in his 6th season. 2nd with the Rams.
One of the problems, I think, with the 49ers offense is the size of their offensive linemen. I think it's a big problem for them. These guys are not getting out. Look at all the blue jerseys outside hitting the running back. Everybody's out there. Pfeiffer's out there. There's DeMarco Farr.
2 tight ends in for the 49ers. Greg Clark, the rookie out of Stanford, tight end left side. Garrison Hurst, the lone setback. Druckenmiller has time and connects his first completion to J.J. Stokes, who pulls his way up to the 40-yard line of the Rams, close to a first down.
Boy, this was a heck of a play. To watch the coverage here. This is what Jim Druckenmiller can do. He will fire a ball in there when he sees man-to-man coverage. Now, this is tight coverage by Ryan McNeil. Now, look, you can't get any tighter than that, but Jim Druckenmiller, a young guy with a big gun, he's going to take that shot. He likes that matchup. He likes man-to-man, and he's going to fire the ball in there. That's what you have with a young, aggressive quarterback.
J.J. Stokes, former first-round pick, played only 6 games last season.
A much-needed reception for him, Sam.
It's 3rd and less than a yard. And it's Druckenmiller for a first down. Time for a McDonald's game break for that. Let's go to JB in our Fox Television Center.
I'll take that as well, Sam. Steelers trying to set a good tone this week. Bettis had 22 yards on this 61-yard game-opening drive of the Steelers. Cordell Stewart takes it over. Steelers on top by a touch. Back to Sam and Bill.
Good start for them after the big drubbing with Dallas last week.
They didn't get a chance to run the bus last week. They got behind so bad.
First down, 49ers inside the 40. Druckenmiller pump fake. Deep down the sideline for Terrell Owens, out of bounds. Druckenmiller's got this strong arm.
Well, they love him. That's the one thing they love about him is his arm strength. You know, I watch him. I think he's got a pretty big windup, but they think they can overcome that just because of the strength of his arm and the way he fires the ball. You saw the pump fake there. He was trying to get the safety to bite. The safety never bit as you saw him come over the top, and they had the double coverage to the wide receiver side.
Steve Mariucci, one-time quarterback coach, one-time collegiate quarterback. 3 wideouts in for the 49ers. Kirby the lone setback. On second down, Kirby off the delay. No gain on the play. Roman Pfeiffer makes the stop.
See, that's what I'm talking about with it. I think this is the problem here with the offensive line of the 49ers. They are too big. They went out and get 340-pound guards and tackles to try to pull. They're not getting their blocks. This happened to them last week as well. I mean, the 49ers offense to me is the angle blocking, and they did it in the Super Bowl years with lighter offensive linemen, 260-pound guys coming at you from every direction. Now they're trying to do it with 340-pound guys, and to me, it's just not working.
3 wide receivers in on 3rd and 10. Quick, complete to Owens, short of a first down. Gerald McBurrows the stop. And we'll see what the field goal kicking crew comes out. Gary Anderson, who kicked 2 last week. He was 2 for 3. One of the all-time great field goal kickers. He was making them at this distance. This is a long one. This will be a 51-yarder for Gary Anderson out of the hold of Tommy Thompson. And it's going to be short. And off. So the Rams defense holds. The 49ers have had trouble scoring points thus far this season. Gary Anderson misses with 3:07 to go.
I remember my first series as a pro. I mean, the first time you're out there, everything is going crazy for you, and you really don't know what happens till you get to the sidelines. Now he's huddled up over there with Marty Morningwig and Steve Young, and they're talking. They're telling the kid, hey, you went 3 for 4. You did okay.
Not bad.
And you ran for a first down.
From the spot of the miss, 41-yard line. Good field position for the Rams. Who lead 3-0. Banks fakes. Pressure from the outside. He gets rid of it, incomplete. Big pressure from Lee Woodall, the outside linebacker.
You know, I think for the Rams that Tony Banks has got to be a big factor. I think that after this game, you're going to find out how Tony Banks has progressed. Now, last year he was a starter. They threw him in there. He really had no idea what he was doing at all. And he wasn't getting the coaching he needed. It was a desperation situation. Now he spent the whole offseason with Jerry Rome. And you're going to find out, I believe, in this game, what this kid and what progress he's made. I like him. I think he's got a lot of talent, but it's a big game like this. He needs to step up.
Strong side left for the Rams. Now that's Haywood in motion. Cutting back is Phillips and runs into a big wall. Roy Barker, the first man there. Number 92. Lee Woodall was there as well. Good job by the 49ers front.
Well, you said it right, Sam. They're tough up the middle. Dana Stubblefield and Bryant Young. This is Young right here. Now he just closes down. See, he sees Zach Weger pull, and he closes down, and he jacks up Grudatoria, the guard. And he stuffs that whole thing up. There's no place for him to go.
It's 3rd and 10 for the Rams, who have 3 wide receivers in. Banks with time, looking deep. Now he runs. Throws long and incomplete. And 2 men out there. Kennison cutting across. Torrance Small was deep.
Tony Banks knows. He wishes he had that one again. He's mad at himself. Look, I'd be too. At least he's mad. He knew right then and there was a huge opportunity for him.
Kennison was cutting across. Small went deep down the side. He was open. Will Bryce, who did not punt well, but they took a close look at the tapes and made a little adjustment in his drop of the ball. And this kick is end over end. And Awezike at the 20. Trying to get away. He did from Jeff Robinson. Spun around at the 30-yard line and brought down Marquis Walker. Number 38 got there. 49ers go on offense late in the first quarter, trailing the Rams 3-0. 49ers have owned this rivalry the last 7 years. And since moving to St. Louis, it's been domination for San Francisco as well. They've outscored them in the 4 games in the last 2 years, 147-34. But Dick Vermeil coaching against the 49ers for the first time ever. On first down, inside a fumble. William Floyd fumbled. The Rams think they have it.
It's Rams ball.
Rams did a great job on turnovers last week. They were +4. They untangle, and the Rams. No signal from the official. Yes, it is Rams ball. Todd Light on the recovery.
Watch number 40 right here. He fumbles it as he hits the hole.
Big hole there, but he lost it. Yeah,
he just lost it. Nobody hit him. He fumbled it as he was coming into the hole. He was looking, and he never had a grasp of the ball.
William Floyd fumbles. The Rams take over at the 49ers 33.
You know, then they get fighting down there at the bottom of that pile down there, Sam. I'd say sometimes you just feel like, get off me. I don't care who has the ball. Get off me.
Lone setback, Lawrence Phillips. A couple of big hits. Phillips bounces off and gets about 4. Tim McDonald in on the tackle. Second-year man Lawrence Phillips. Boy, they really worked to get him focused.
Yeah, they do. They have to. You know, he's up and down. He's been through so much. I talked to Wilbert Montgomery before the game, and he said, you know, we have to keep him positive all the time. Pump him up with positive thoughts. He was on a little bit of a funk this week in practice, and they had to talk to him before the game.
Flag goes down just as the play was getting underway. It'll be against the Rams.
False start. Illegal snap on the center. Prior to the snap. 5 yards. Second down.
That's Mike Grudadoria, the center. Bernd Brostek is getting close to returning. Grudadoria last year, as a first-year free agent center, said he was in awe of the 49ers. Now he says it's all business. I'm ready to play him.
Grudadoria, look at Grudadoria right there, Sam. He has no idea what he did wrong. He said, what's an illegal snap? That's when you rock that ball, you get it moving in there, and you're lifting that thing up and down before the snap.
2nd and 15, 3 wides in for the Rams, 5 defensive backs for the 49ers. Lone setback is Lawrence Phillips. Phillips tries to cut back, and all he sees are 49ers. Roy Barker and Bryant Young.
You look to a man and having to block those guys up front. I mean, that's a pretty good defensive front. And look at those guys. I mean, you have all pros over there. Chris Dolman, Dana Stubblefield, Young, Roy Barker. Roy Barker had 12.5 sacks last year. I mean, he's a handful. Then behind him, you got Plummer and Kenny Norton. That's a tough group to block.
On 3rd down, everybody out. Banks gets pressure. And down he goes at the 31-yard line. Ken Norton makes the tackle. And it'll bring in the field goal team. Pressure from Roy Barker on Tony Banks.
Yeah, and there was some great coverage downfield. And Tony Banks really did the smart thing. I mean, he just tried to take what he could get out of it. Don't force anything.
Yards are even. We've come to the end of the first quarter. Dick Vermeil and the Rams have a 3-0 lead. They'll be kicking for more when we come back to St. Louis. This is game 1 of a great Fox doubleheader. Coming up next, the Packers and the Eagles in Philadelphia. Pack off to a great start. Eagles trying to rebound from their loss to the Giants last week. Here in St. Louis, Jeff Wilkins, who was 30 for 34 last season with the 49ers, close to 88% for his NFL career, will try a 49-yarder. He hit from 40 yards earlier off the Keith Lyle hold. This one is through. Big strong leg of Jeff Wilkins puts 3 more points on the board, and the Rams lead the 49ers 6-0. Back in St. Louis, a packed house, and the Rams with the early lead on the 49ers.
It's been the Jeff Wilkins show.
Yeah.
With kickoffs into the end zone and 2 field goals. And you look at these 2 teams defensively, you know, they got 2 good defenses on the field and a young quarterback, 2 young quarterbacks. So it could come down to this kid.
Ahani Awezike is deep for the 49ers. Before you saw number 81 for the Rams there, special teams captain Keith Crawford urging the fans on. The Wilkins kick to Awezike from the 4. Looking for an opening. Ended on the play by Mitch Jacoby. Good tackle by Mitch Jacoby. Awezike, one of the receivers you'll see a lot of for the 49ers, with Jerry Rice out for the season. J.J. Stokes, 3rd-year man. Terrell Owens, 2nd-year man. Awezike, a 2nd-year man. Mark Harris, a 1st-year man.
And they're real big on Owens, and they need Stokes to step up. And a lot of times it'll take an injury to a key guy like that in a position to have these guys step up. You know, when Sterling Sharp left Green Bay, Robert Brooks stepped up awful quick.
From the 19-yard line, Druckenmiller to throw. Completes to Brent Jones. Todd Light takes him down at the 36-yard line, but a good completion to the veteran tight end.
Yeah, we talked with Brent. You know, he took a ride with us in the car yesterday. We were touring around St. Louis, halfway lost, but he said that he's got to step up too. I mean, he's already a heck of a tight end, but now he's got to help this youngster out. You see, he was wide open. He found the zone out there, and he knew that he was going to be called upon today to be his cushion, to be Jim Druckenmiller's relief.
Rams have brought in 2 new defensive tackles, Jeff Skonina and Brian Robinson. Garrison Hurst may have lost a yard on the play. Mike Jones, the outside linebacker, number 52, in on the tackle.
Mike Jones, a great acquisition for him, a great pickup. But look, here's the problem. The problem is these guys. When you pull them out here, you've got to block. We talked to Gogan yesterday. He says, I'm not suited for this offense. I'm a maul 'em guy. I lost 20 pounds trying to do all this pulling stuff, and it's not working. He's not getting out of it. These guys, they paid all this money in free agency, brought him in here. They're as big as California Redwoods. The problem is the roots are still in the ground.
Gogan is 330. That's a California Redwood.
Yeah, except his roots are in the ground and he can't pull.
2nd and 10. William Floyd gets a couple on the play, and that's all. And this is something the 49ers didn't want to get into. 3rd and long for Druckenmiller.
No, I don't think that's a situation you want for him. I mean, you have to take advantage of those short passes and those runs to help out. I mean, you don't want to put this kid where you know that they're going to just line up and come after you.
Garrison Hurst.
Yeah, well, you see, when Jerry Rice is out of the game, then Hurst's numbers are reduced. Because when you don't have that deep threat, then you can afford the luxury of bringing up that 8th man to hover around the line of scrimmage to shut down your running game.
Derek Deese has come in at left guard, replacing Ray Brown. Druckenmiller on 3rd down to the sideline, incomplete, intended for J.J. Stokes. Ryan McNeil was there covering.
As long as the Rams can put the 49ers in 3rd and long, if they can create that situation for them, they're going to win it all the time.
Tommy Thompson, average 39, make it 35.4. Eddie Kennison is deep for the Rams, back at his own 15-yard line. Rams defense has played well. Thompson gets it away, low kick. Kennison, full run, drop the football.
49ers ball.
And a big turnover. We'll wait the official call. Bill Maas says it's 49ers ball, and it is. Somebody's shoe came flying out of there.
How does shoe come flying out? They're grabbing anything down in that pile.
Lucky you're up in the booth. You'd get that shoe, wouldn't you?
That's a big turnover. That's a big break.
Huge.
You see, the special teams are going to play a huge part in this game. We've already seen it.
Number 31 on the kicking team.
Oh, now
5-yard penalty, repeat the kick.
Oh, does that hurt him?
Yep. So what would have been a big turnover for the 49ers and put him in great field position becomes a re-kick, and Steve Mariucci can't believe it.
Yeah, that's Zach Bronson, the young rookie. He was an undrafted rookie out of McNeese State. There's the hold right up there.
Oh, I don't know about that, Billy. What do you think?
Yeah. There he is right here. They're going to get him for a hold right here. That looks pretty clean to me.
Wow, that's a tough call.
Yeah, there's the flag. The flag came out exactly after it was done.
So after the recovery was made by Darnell Walker, that negates the turnover, and Thompson will punt again, standing at his own 15. Thompson gets it away. This one's a good kick. Kennison at the 24, juggled it. It's a couple of yards, dropped it again. Ball still loose. 49ers have it at the 20-yard line. The big recovery by Zach Bronson, who was called for the hold.
Well, that's the way to make up for it.
There's redemption.
I think it was 57, Randy Kirk, that got a hand on this. Here's Randy Kirk coming down here at the top of your screen. I think he's the one that gets a hand on this ball as Kennison comes through. That's it. Well, his hand was in there, but the ball was out before that. It was actually Kevin Mitchell. He never had a good grasp on it. That's where it's stripped, right there.
He never tucked it away.
Never put it away.
So again, the big break. Bronson on the recovery. Ball at the Rams' 21-yard line. The 49ers go to the I formation with Garrison Hurst at the top of the I. William Floyd's the fullback. Off the play fake. Druckenmiller going to the end zone for Brent Jones, incomplete.
And he was open.
Just missed.
Todd Light is out of the ball game. They have Darnell Walker outside. This is Joe McBarrows, the strong safety, on Jones. See him fake for the post. He faked for the post. He bit on it, and then Jones went out to the end zone. He went to the corner. It was just overthrown just off his fingertips. But Darnell Walker, Marquis Walker, is in for Todd Light.
Marquis is Darnell's brother, and Druckenmiller is brought down by DeMarco Farr. How about the quickness of him? He got to him before he could hand the ball off.
He's an explosive guy. His first step off the ball is so explosive. He's got a quicker step than anybody else. Watch him coming right here. Watch that jump. You see that jump? He's in the backfield before any of them.
What a play by DeMarco Farr.
And he's got the power.
Fourth-year man out of Washington, an undrafted free agent. 3rd and long for the 49ers. Druckenmiller has time. Throwing, complete to Stokes, touchdown. J.J. Stokes with a beautiful catch between two defenders, and Jim Druckenmiller has his first NFL touchdown pass. How about that?
And that was in the face of pressure. He had Kevin Carter right on top of us, and he made that throw. And he made the throw. It's one of those things you get when you have a young quarterback with a big arm. He threw that ball. He took a chance. He threw it into double coverage, and Stokes came up with a big reception.
So the 49ers capitalize on the fumble recovery. Gary Anderson puts the kick through there. The 49ers score their first touchdown of the season. A big catch by J.J. Stokes. A good throw by the rookie Jim Druckenmiller. And the 49ers have taken the lead on the Rams 7-6 with 11:18 to go, second quarter.
NFL Sunday is brought to you by Lexus Luxury Automobiles, the result of a relentless pursuit of perfection. By Levi's Jeans, they go on. By Miller Lite, who remind you that anything can happen at Miller Time. And by Texaco, a world of energy.
Back in St. Louis with the towel on his head, Jim Druckenmiller having thrown his first touchdown pass. The kickoff by Tommy Thompson, short at the 9-yard line. Amp Lee. Stutter step at the 25, down at the 29. Junior Bryant, the first hit.
Here, talk about history. You want to talk about scoring. You want to talk about the 49ers doing it the 49ers way. Look at the Steve Young-like pass and the Jerry Rice-like catch. Look, he acts like it's old hat. Yeah, we've done it before.
He likes it. Oh, you know he's loving it. And his family is watching back in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
I bet he got a bunch of calls this week. He said his answering machine was blowing up.
Off the play fake and the rollout by Tony Banks, looking and nobody open. He dropped the ball. And the Rams still have it. Trouble starting. Little adversity hitting the Rams here.
Yeah, they were looking for the fullback. They were looking for Hayward right here, but he's covered. This is a nice play by Woodall. Then he breaks on the ball. And the reason it's out of bounds, the ball stepped out of bounds right there. The side of it went out of bounds. And it came back in, got kicked by a foot and came back in. But heads up call by the referee, seeing that the ball was out of bounds.
Tony Banks picked up 4 on the play. Orlando Pace, number 76, the first pick in the NFL draft this year, is in at left tackle. The delay to Lawrence Phillips didn't get much. Kept driving, got about a yard on the play. Bryant Young and Roy Barker. And there is Orlando Pace. Last week he had 12 plays. They'd like to get him 15 to 20 plays this week.
Yeah, they're bringing him along slow. You know, they're just giving him some time, get him some reps. The long holdout affected him, but they've got to get him in at some point in time. And as of right now, really, he hasn't beat out either of the tackles.
Wayne Gandy, the starting left tackle, has moved over to right tackle, which he hasn't played much of, but he's been the best offensive lineman.
Gandy played well last week. So did Freddie Miller.
3rd and 5. Everybody out. Banks goes short over the middle. Good coverage on the play by Ken Norton.
Yeah.
Rams wanted interference. It was intended for the tight end Ernie Conwell, but Norton with a terrific play.
No interference there. That was just great coverage by Kenny Norton. Watch Kenny Norton on Ernie Conwell, the tight end. He's with him all the way. Now he rides his hip. Now watch him set up the quarterback. And he comes across the middle. We can't see right there. But what he does is he has his hand on the backside and just steps in front and swats the ball down as it gets there.
The left-footed Will Bryce standing at his own 17. Being rushed, just got it away. Awayzake goes back to the 9-yard line.
That's roughing the punter.
There's a flag down on the play. Great coverage by the Rams. Marquis Walker was the first man down, but it's going to be roughing the kicker penalty. It's going to be on Darnell Walker. So the brothers are being involved here. There's Marquis.
Running into the kicker, number 38. The penalty will not give them a first down.
There's the brother Darnell. It's not an automatic first down.
Yeah, they're 3rd and 6, and actually it's 5 yards, so it won't give them the first down, but you can see him get run into right there.
They did not get a piece of the ball. Vic Vermeil looking on. Frank Gans. And
the penalty will not give them a first down.
They decline.
The penalty is declined. Yeah. First down.
Okay.
Timeout.
49ers decline. They'll take the ball at their own 14-yard line. 49ers leading it 7-6. NFL on Sunday, baseball on Saturday on Fox as the pennant races continue. Yankees having trouble with the Orioles this week. Giants need to beat Florida and make a run at the Dodgers in the NL West. Right here, the Rams declined the penalty because it would not have given them a first down. 59-yard punt by Will Bryce. Druckenmiller setting up a screen to Garrison Hurst. And he's brought down by Roman Pfeiffer.
What a play by Pfeiffer. Druckenmiller having a pretty good game.
Good start.
Out of the two guys, and Banks hasn't done anything. I think Banks has completed 1 for like 8. And Druckenmiller's having himself a fine game. Having a little confidence. There's the screenplay on the screen again. That's what I'm talking about. That's the big lineman out there. They get outside. They couldn't block anybody. Pfeiffer steps between both of them and makes a play.
A loss on the play on second down. Motion from Terrell Owens. Inside, Garrison Hurst. Big hole. Hurst still going. And Keith Lyle finally got to him, but a big gain by Garrison Hurst. And that's another thing they'll need with Steve Young and Jerry Rice out, is Garrison Hurst to provide some big runs.
Well, that's what they brought him in here for. Watch Hurst on the run here. He's going to take this and just come through here right off the guard, in between the guard and the tackle. This thing's going to open up. And then you get the lead back with Floyd. And I think that's what you use your big guard for. That's what you bring in Kevin Gogan for. You use him to just maul people. You don't use him pulling him and doing things. I mean, his game, he's a mauler. That's what he did down in Dallas. That's what he did in Oakland last year.
30-yard pickup for Garrison Hurst. Play fake by Druckenmiller, going deep for Terrell Owens. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Todd Light covering on the play. Time for another McDonald's game break. Let's go back to JB.
Sam and Bill, here's why Eric Rhett may be expendable. Take a look at Warrick Dunn. Shifting, good vision, speed, 49 yards on that run. He's got 99 on the afternoon. That set up a 1-yard TD run. Bucks on top by 10. Sam and Bill.
Thanks, JB. Boy, the Bucks look good early in the season, huh?
Those three guys down there to me are like Zonka, Kick, and Morris.
Garrison Hurst goes wide. And good plays. Robert Jones in on the tackle. The middle linebacker coming over to make the stop. Short gain on the play for Garrison Hurst.
You know, I think that's one of the things that San Francisco needs to do, is they've tried some of the other stuff, and they tried to run outside, and the speed of their outside linebackers shut it down. But I think the matchup for them has got to be to pound the middle. Pound the middle of this defense. Go at DeMarco Farr and Bill Johnson. Use your big offensive line on those smaller, quick guys.
3rd and 8 for the 49ers. Terry Kirby, the lone setback. 3 wideouts in. Short drop. Slant in. Intercepted. Ryan McNeil. McNeil down the sideline. Taken out of bounds by Brent Jones. Big interception for the Rams.
Watch Ryan McNeil. Now they're trying to throw the ball to Terrell Owens. Now Ryan's following the play, and the ball's overthrown, and he just jumps up. He was not even expecting that ball to come to him, because he was beat there. There was a little bit of a gap there for Druckenmiller to throw the ball. He just threw it too high, and McNeil saw the ball late and put it. What a catch.
So earlier, first touchdown pass thrown by Druckenmiller. Now the first interception. Ryan McNeil with an excellent play, in the Rams at the 49ers 36. 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. Banks being rushed, throws it down to the ground. Big pressure from Bryant Young, and the flag goes in.
They're going to call intentional grounding, but they're wrong. They're wrong. Lawrence Phillips was right there in the middle of it.
Intentional grounding, number 12.
No, it's not. No, it is not. Lawrence Phillips was right in the middle of it. Watch Lawrence Phillips right here, and watch where Tony Banks throws the ball, right there where Lawrence Phillips is.
Right there.
Now, the rule says when you're in the pocket and you throw it, there has to be somebody there with the intent to catch it. You can't throw it to anybody when you're in the pocket. And Lawrence Phillips was close enough on that play that shouldn't have been called intentional grounding.
Billy, I think he was out of the play at that point. I think he had broken off to the right, and where Tony threw it was almost straight down to the ground.
No, you have to be out of the pocket. You have to be outside the end,
right. And
then you can throw it anywhere. There doesn't have to be any receiver around. I think that's a bad call.
Banks is 1 for 7. 10-yard loss. Back to the 46. Phillips, nothing. Good play. Lee Woodall and Gary Plummer, the 2 linebackers, were there to make the stop. And the 49ers defense doing a good job.
Yeah, they're tough. That's a tough group to run the ball against. And we've seen him try to do a few different things, a few different formations to try to run. They've tried to attack the outside, that the outside linebackers, they've tried to run at the gut of them. But now the 49ers are settled down. Now they know what they've got, and I think they're really tightening up.
3rd and 20 for the Rams. Rams pick up the blitz. Banks gets rid of it to Amp Lee. Hit hard by Ken Norton, brought down at the 34-yard line, short of a first down.
Sam, I think they got to find a way to get this guy back in the ball play. All the yards so far for the Rams have come from this guy here, number 31, Amp Lee. And they've all been on 3rd down. I think they need to interject him into the game a little bit more and get him the ball, to get the ball in his hands. Both times now he's come up short, but on the first down, but both times it's been 3rd and forever that he's gotten the ball.
Long field goal try. This will be a 52-yarder for Jeff Wilkins. And now Keith Lyle calls a timeout. So the Rams want to talk something over. May not have had the right personnel out there. 6:09 to go, first half. Dick Vermeil's upset. Jeff Wilkins will try a 52-yarder. He tied a career long earlier in the game with a 49-yarder. Keith Lyle will hold as the Rams try to regain the lead.
He's got the leg strength to get it.
Yes, he does. Gets it away with plenty of distance. It's good.
Wow.
52-yarder.
Career long.
Jeff Wilkins 3 for 3 against his former team.
He's got to be loving that.
Rams take a 9-7 lead. Frank Gans loves it from his special teams unit.
Well, they got 3 out of this, but the drive should have still been alive. Now they got put in a hole because of this penalty right here. Watch Lawrence Phillips. Watch him. He's going to circle right back here and be looking back at Tony Banks. Now, Tony Banks is in the pocket, and the rule is you can't. It's not intentional grounding if you throw the ball to a receiver in the area. Now there's Banks right here. That receiver is in the area, and that's Phillips, and that shouldn't have been intentional grounding, in my point of view. I mean, that stalled the drive for him. That put him back 10 yards, and then they were in 3rd forever.
Rams, with the strong leg of Jeff Wilkins, have the lead 9-7. And Druckenmiller waiting to return to the field. His backup today is Jeff Brom, who chipped a bone in his throwing hand last week.
Yeah, well, he came in for Steve Young, and then he got sacked 3 times. And on one of those sacks, he got his knuckle. He chipped a bone in his knuckle, and with a ligament attached, and pulled a piece of the bone off. And they have to shoot that thing up just so he can be backup today.
Ahani Awezike and Tyrone Drakeford, a defensive back, deep for the 49ers as Wilkins kicks off. Awezike, 1 yard deep. Finds the opening, got tripped up. Down at the 23, Taji Allen. Nice play. The captain, Keith Crawford, the captain of the special teams unit, limps off.
Yeah, he's a heck of a special teams player for him. Now he gets popped around here by everybody. He gets shot once, and I think when he comes back down on that foot, then he gets it again. That's Schwantz. That's a special teams Pro Bowler. Schwantz on him. When he got knocked off stride, he came back down. He planted his foot. Looks like he twisted a little bit.
Checking the high ankle, lower right leg. From the 23, Druckenmiller play fake. Pressured, gets away. Gets to the 25. Kevin Carter brings him down. Pickup of 2 on the play. Early pressure from Leslie O'Neal. Not bad numbers for the rookie.
Hey, darn good numbers. You kidding me? Hey, he could come out of the game and take that out of here with him right now and be happy. You know, 6 for 11 and a touchdown. I mean, a lot of guys come into this league and can't do that, haven't done that.
You know Steve Young wants to be in there, but being cautious after his 3rd concussion in 11 months. First in motion. William Floyd busts through. Good pickup by William Floyd to the 40-yard line. Ryan McNeil made the tackle. Good effort by Floyd. Looked like he was going to get jammed up at the line of scrimmage.
You know, the Rams were in the backfield so quick that they knocked themselves off. They knocked each other off. Watch this. Everybody, all the Rams are in the backfield. Roman Pfeiffer's back there, and everybody's bunched up. And Floyd just waits and finds an opening and takes off.
Just about a year ago, William Floyd came back from the bad knee injury. 16-yard pickup by Floyd. Druckenmiller being rushed, got away, and threw it up for grabs. That should have been intercepted. He just threw it up for grabs.
Robert Jones has to be hating himself right now. Now, that's not what you don't want to do as a young quarterback. He was under pressure. Now he's feeling pretty good about himself. Things are going well. But just throw the ball away right here. And he's going to learn those things as time goes on. That's Leslie O'Neal. Well, watch this. He's working on Henshaw. I think this should have been called a hold. That's holding. That could have been a flag right there, the way he had his arms wrapped around him. And Carter's in there as well. Both those guys, both those ends, Carter and O'Neal, have been playing well.
3 wide receivers for the 49ers. Terry Kirby off the handoff. Going up the middle to the 44. Keith Lyle in on the stop. Little extracurricular stuff.
That's probably Gogan. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, he's in there. And the Sports Illustrated had him as the dirtiest player. And he resented that.
Was involved with DeMarco Farr, I believe. Big Kevin Gogan.
Big Kevin. I can remember playing against Kevin. He's huge. He's mammoth. He's the biggest body I've ever played against. Now see, DeMarco Farr gets up and tries to push him. You can't push 350 pounds.
3rd and 6 for the 49ers. 3 wide receivers in.
Flags everywhere.
Flags stop. And Gogan and Farr going at it again. Got to watch out here.
Timeout. Timeout was called by number 81 of the offense prior to the action. Timeout, San Francisco.
All right. So no flags on the play. 3:48 to go first half. 49ers will talk it over.
For years, the 49ers have taught this. They call it a hip roll. I call it leg whipping, and every defensive lineman in the league calls it leg whipping. See that? Yeah, when you roll over and throw those legs out, nobody likes it. Howie Long one time chased Bob McKittrick up the tunnel at LA Coliseum because of this. And I remember it well, too, playing against them. And they teach it. And they don't teach leg whipping, no, but they call it a hip roll. And they throw the reverse hip roll, and they throw that backside at you. And Kevin Gogan actually doesn't like that method. He likes to stand up and block.
3rd and 6 for the 49ers. 3 wide receivers, and they split out the tight end, Brent Jones. Druckenmiller gets rid of it, and it's intercepted by Ryan McNeil. His 2nd interception of the game.
And there they go. There goes DeMarco Farr and Gogan, and that's going to be a penalty on Gogan. And add 15 yards onto that.
They have been going at it.
Let me show you what causes this whole thing. DeMarco Farr, watch the pressure by these guys in here. Watch this. Watch DeMarco Farr. Watch him rush the passer. He's in Jim Druckenmiller's face right there and causes a bad throw, and Ryan McNeil, a great play on the ball. That's what happens when you get defensive linemen riled up.
And they tack on the yardage.
15, yeah, because DeMarco Farr said something to Gogan as he was leaving the field, and Gogan turned around and gave him a shot. Well, I'm getting excited.
Oh.
Hey, I'm telling you, it's going. The juices are flowing. I like watching this stuff, man.
That's going to be one to watch for the remainder of the game. The Rams have the ball at the 49ers 48-yard line. With Phillips and Hayward in the backfield. Phillips on the cutback. Gets about 2 on the play. Lee Woodall in on the stop for the 49ers.
Yeah, I think Lawrence Phillips was looking for that cutback a little too quick. You see the turnovers right here. San Francisco with 3 of them. That's, that you don't need that and have a young quarterback as well. And that's the reason, the turnovers, if it does keep this pace up and does affect them, that's the reason I said they've got to run the ball to protect
the young quarterback.
Last week, the team with fewer turnovers won 13 of the 15 games.
Oh, there's a big
NFL.
correlation between that and winning.
It's 2nd and 8. Hayward in motion. Phillips on the cutback, slips a couple, gets a couple of yards. Ken Norton tripped him up. Lawrence Phillips upset.
Yeah, he's getting a little upset. You know, what I think he's doing is I think he needs to be a little bit more patient and follow that block. Now, that plays are designed to go outside. Now, I've seen him try to cut it back up into the middle. It worked maybe once or twice, but every other time he's tried to cut it back up inside, there's been nothing there. Now he's got to go over to the sideline. Look, Wilbert's looking for him. He says, come on over here. He's got to talk to him. Pump him up. Tell him the good things. Tell him what he's doing well and what can make him run better.
Ampley's in the backfield. 3 wideouts for the Rams. Flags go down. False start. Penalty on the Rams sets them back 5.
False start prior to the snap. 73 offense. 5 yards. 3rd down.
Freddie Miller.
Great return last week to the NFL for Dick Vermeil. Great job he's done with the Rams thus far in getting them ready for the season. And the way he has delegated authority to his assistant coaches, his veteran coaching staff. And watching him in practice Friday, Bill, was great. He was smiling for 2 hours out on the practice field. He was loving it.
Taking care of himself.
He wasn't going through the drills like the players, but he was loving it. It's 3rd and 11. And we got guys jumping. Bryant Young.
That's going to be on Bryant Young.
Jumped.
Bryant Young drew the offensive lineman to jump.
It was Grudadoria, the center. And it's offside on Young.
Yeah.
So give 5 yards back to the Rams.
Actually, he's going to jump, and that's going to cause...
Neutral zone infraction on the nose tackle. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down. 3rd down.
That's going to cause... See, he jumped, and then Ernest Dye jumped. But that's not offsides anymore against the offense. I mean, they're saying you were drawn by the defense. You have to be able to protect yourself.
Rams have made a couple of changes on the offensive line. Ernest Dye, number 65, is in for Zach Wiegert at right guard. 2 minutes left in the first half. The Rams leading the 49ers 9-7 in St. Louis. Today's aerial shots are being provided by the Bud One Airship, which reminds you that fresh beer tastes better. Now, the one thing the captain of the blimp hasn't been able to do, he doesn't have a camera that can see through the top of the dome, so we can get shots of the game. This Isaac Bruce hamstring cost him a couple of games in preseason and the first 2 games of this season. Led the NFL in reception yardage last season. 3rd and 6 for the Rams at the Niners 44. Parker almost jumped offside, got back, blitz coming on the long count. Banks to the tight end Ernie Conwell, short of a 1st down. Good tackling by the 49ers, who emphasized tackling.
Well, they needed to after last week's game. They didn't tackle anybody down in Tampa.
See the timeouts remaining. Steve Mariucci wants to get his hands on the football. Dick Vermeil pacing with the lead. Tony Banks has completed only 3 passes, 2 to Amp Lee out of the backfield and 1 to the tight end Ernie Conwell.
That's right. 2 of them have been to Amp Lee, and I think for the Rams they need to get Amp Lee involved a little bit more.
Will Bryce to punt it away. High kick way up there, heading for the end zone, and it's in. It'll be a touchback. 49ers with 1:07 to go. They get 1:06 remaining in the first half. 49ers go on offense from their 20.
You know, the Rams offense, the running game really for the Rams has been stalled. It's been slowed down. And the reason is because you bring an 8th man up in the box. Now, the 8th man is going to be the strong safety. It can be one of the safeties. But that right there for the 49ers is number 46, Tim McDonald. And he comes up around the line of scrimmage, and he's an 8th man in there. Now, he doesn't have many tackles this game, but it's another body that needs to be blocked. So a body consumes a blocking body, and then that negates, and then there's an extra man somewhere there to make the tackle. And I think that's been the problem so far for the Rams and the lack of their offensive running game.
There's Tim McDonald. Now with just 1:06 remaining, let's see how the 49ers play it. Druckenmiller's going to pass. Being rushed, gets rid of it, incomplete. Little behind Terrell Owens. But he was open.
I'll tell you what, the Rams front is really coming off the ball. I mean, they're all around there. And saying that they're doing a good job coming off, this young quarterback's doing a good job of staying in the pocket, too. You know, he's not really the dashing, scrambling type of guy that we've seen in the 49ers past, but he's a big, strong pocket quarterback. He stands back there with a presence.
Derek Deese is in at left guard, replacing Kevin Gogan. Terry Kirby gets to the 24-yard line. And the Rams bring him down. Kevin Carter leading the way. Clock running.
I like the way he's taking control.
No huddle. Now they bring him back. It'll be 3rd and 6. Gary Anderson waiting on the sideline. A long way to go before they're in field goal territory. Oh, look at DeMarco Farr. A handoff to Kirby, trying to get to the first down markers, out of bounds. It's going to be real close. Might be an inch short. Todd Light took him out. DeMarco Farr almost made the tackle again before the handoff.
He's so explosive. And this guy really just fires off the ball. Now, as a defensive lineman, you always try to guess the cadence. You try to get the snap count. Look, he is in motion. He is moving, and nobody else is. Look at him get in the backfield. Jim Druckenmiller did a great job of getting that ball in Kirby's hands.
Kirby comes up about an inch short. Tommy Thompson. And now the 49ers have called timeout with 16 seconds remaining in the first half. The punting unit on for Steve Mariucci. And don't forget, coming up, it's the Dockers Khakis halftime. JB, Terry, Ronnie, and Howie back in the studio. They'll have all the scores and highlights and up to the minute stats on the Fox Sports ticker, plus a look ahead to game 2 of our doubleheader. The Packers and the Eagles in Philadelphia, all coming up on the Dockers Khakis halftime report.
That's the funniest, most informative show in football.
Hey, was Terry Wild on the
Terry's
pregame
always
show?
wild. This guy's doing okay, though. He's not doing too bad. Started out and moved the team nicely. You know, now he's just got to learn to settle down. But you're going to have that with a young quarterback. And throw the 2 interceptions out the window because you knew coming in that's going to happen.
Thompson, good high punt. Eddie Kennison looking, takes it at the 26, and tiptoes up the sideline, is forced out of bounds by Gary Plummer.
He didn't fumble, but I'm telling you, he didn't learn anything from those last 2 fumbles.
He didn't put it away.
It's got to get in there, and he's got to wrap your arms around it. I mean, take care of that thing. He had it out in front of him, moving in front of his body.
Tony Banks has the strong arm. He's completed only 3 passes in the game. See the yardage? 2 passes to the running back Amp Lee and 1 to the tight end. 6 seconds remaining in the first half. 3 Rams field goals by Jeff Wilkins and a kneel down by Banks, and that's the first half. The Rams have the lead on Steve Mariucci and the 49ers. Jeff Wilkins 3 field goals, and the Rams lead the 49ers 9-7.
Dockers Halftime, brought to you by Dockers Khakis, the choice of unrestricted free agents everywhere. Hey, nice pants.
Welcome to Hollywood, along with Terry Bradshaw. I'm James Brown. Those of you watching this Carolina-Atlanta game, you know that Chris Chandler knocked out with a concussion. Billy Joe Tolliver in. Falcons nursing a 3-point lead.
Terry Allen, broken thumb on the bench, but this guy doing all the work in the first half. Bettis up the middle, down to the 1-yard line. This sets up a 1-yard touchdown Cordell Stewart run. Steelers up by 7. Gus Farad, 183 yards throwing in the first half. Finds Leslie Shepard on deep crossing routes, which have been wide open. But 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions by Farad so far.
Watch Brian Mitchell on this return, Terry.
Brian Mitchell, good move down the sideline. How far, JB?
Long, Terry.
way, JD. 97-yard kickoff return. Steelers down by 3, 10-7.
I love it when it happens on the fly. Take a look at Kevin Green. Where are his marbles?
I don't know. Where's his mind? Something wrong with his pitcher when a quarterback gets headbutted by a defensive lineman. Druckenmiller, the rookie, to J.J. Stokes, a 25-yard touchdown. 3x49 49er field goals by kicker Jeff Wilkins, though, the difference as the Rams are up by 2, 9-7.
Minnesota, Chicago, Brian Cox venting his anger on the quarterback.
$10,000 fine. Yes, vent it. Over the right tackle, between the guard and around we go. Gets a hold of Brad Johnson, sacks him. But Eric Kramer trying to make amends for a bad Monday night game against the Green Bay Packers. Play action, holds the linebacker, reads the rotation of the safety, squeezes the ball in behind the corner. Pearl takes it in for a touchdown from 25 out, 10-3. Bears over the Vikings at the half.
This score is correct. Buccaneers 17-3 over the Lions. Buffalo, all kinds of pressure on O'Donnell, but nursing only a 1-point lead. New England, Bledsoe is hot, leading the Colts 14-6. Boy, what's happening with Dan Marino? His head being messed with by Jimmy Johnson. Oilers lead it by a touch. Chargers on top 10-6. That a halftime score. And the Bengals by 7 over the Ravens. I love it when we do it on the fly. How far, JB?
No
97
clue.
yards. Green Bay and Philadelphia talk when we come back.
That's killing me.
Second half of our doubleheader today. Green Bay Packers travel to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Most of you will see that contest. Others will see the Giants in Jacksonville taking on the Jaguars. Second half of our games today here on Fox. As we welcome you back to the Fox Television Center and the Dockers halftime, let's talk Philadelphia Green Bay. Ray Rhodes blew his stack last week. Was it warranted, Ronnie?
Yeah, it was warranted. If you look at this football team, they had some problems. They didn't play strong. They didn't get after people. Ray Rhodes wants his team to play tough. If they don't play tough, he's going to blow up every week. But you know what? He might jump off that bridge in Philadelphia. But I look at this football team. They got to get the ball to the tight end done. They got to get the ball down the field vertically, and they haven't been able to do that.
I'll tell you what they got to do, Ronnie. They got to run the ball. Last year they finished 10 wins, 9-1 when Ricky Waters carries the ball over 30 times. As Ricky Waters goes, so do the Eagles go. He needs a commitment. Ray Rhodes needs a commitment from the Philadelphia Eagles organization to step up and acquire talent via the free agent market. Last year in the offseason, they were saying, don't worry, we're a little slow on free agency. We're going to wait till June. We're going to get it done in June. June came. Nobody's
So is
picked
Ray
up.
playing politics because he said this is the best team he's had in his years there?
Oh, I don't know that it might be the best team that he's had. It's remarkable that Ray Rhodes had the record he had last year considering the talent level. Gave up 9 sacks last week. That can't happen. I'll tell you what, this offensive line has not played together much during the preseason. They just get Everett back last week for his first start, so there's no continuity
Yeah,
there.
you talked about free agent. Panos at left guard, free agent. Everett, free agent at center. Right guard, Zandowski, free agent. Those are offensive linemen. They've made poor draft choices on their first round. Using offensive linemen has not worked. But the problem with an emotional coach like Ray Rhodes is today Ty Detmer might feel the wrath of him vindicating, coming out and saying, look, you don't play well the first quarter, big guy, you're out of here. And I wouldn't be surprised if that happens today in Philadelphia. But this is the Packers coming to town, JB. They are the world champions. You got to be ready.
Mike Holmgren wasn't too pleased with his team's performance last week either, so it'll be interesting to see how they play. Second half of our doubleheader today, Packers and Eagles. Others will see the Giants and the Jaguars. Dockers halftime continues after this.
You're watching Fox NFL Sunday.
Welcome back to St. Louis, where the Rams are trying to break a string of 13 consecutive losses at the hands of the San Francisco 49ers. They lead it 9-7. These highlights from the first half brought to you by 1-800-COLLECT.
Both of them, Ryan McNeil on both of his interceptions. They were big plays. And I think the story here today is the turnovers and both defenses. I mean, for St. Louis, the Rams, those interceptions and the fumble turned into points and field goals. That was 6 points off of turnovers. And for the 49ers, their fumble turned into points for them, too.
49ers defense has done an excellent job on the Rams. They have held them to 65 yards offense in the game.
Yeah, and they need to continue to do that throughout the game. They knew coming in that the hat was on them. And a week ago, you know, these guys had all those yards, and they knew that, so they got to stop them. Now they did it for a half. Now, this half that they've come, you can see the yards they've had so far. But the good news is for the Rams, Sam, is that all those yards that they got last week came in the second half. That's when the Rams got rolling last week. was the second half.
They made big adjustments in the second half to dominate against New Orleans. We'll see what Dick Vermeil does in the second half here.
Yeah, you know, I think he needs to get Amp Lee in the game more. I mean, all those yards came, the 65 yards I got, I think most of those are Amp Lee's on the 2 receptions he had. So they've got to get him into the game plan more, and they've got to get Tony Banks to get the ball vertical. They've got to find a way to get it downfield.
Speaking about quarterbacks, Jim Druckenmiller has done a great job in his first game. I shouldn't say a great job. He's done a good job. He's kept his team in the game. In spite of the 2 interceptions, he hasn't been nervous and he hasn't been flustered. He's done a pretty good job.
You're exactly right. I mean, that's the big key. I think what you said is he hasn't been nervous. He's out there. He's made some mistakes, but I've seen a lot worse performances by young quarterbacks than this.
Steve Young will be examined on Tuesday, and the 49ers hope to have him back next week. Jeff Wilkins kicking off. Tyrone Drakeford on the return, getting speed to the outside, tripped up on the play by Mitch Jacoby, the backup tight end. And Drakeford, a defensive back with some good speed, back to the 23-yard line. First half statistics. The Rams held to 40 yards.
Yeah, and I think for San Fran, this has been their problem right there. Those the turnovers. That's going to hurt them unless they can keep that under control. Now their defense has to create more turnovers for them, and for the Rams, they need to get more of a passing yards.
Druckenmiller. Garrison Hurst. Nothing there. First hit by Robert Jones. Short gain on the play. 49ers have changed up their offensive line a little bit. Derek Deese is in the game. Kevin Gogan, I think, told to cool off a little bit after his little go with DeMarco Farr. Pickup of 2 on the play.
They may feel that Deese can pull a little bit better.
Brent Jones in motion. Druckenmiller gets rid of it. Short to J.J. Stokes. And is brought down at the 27-yard line. Mike Jones was there.
Pretty good protection. Pretty good time for Druckenmiller to make his reads. Watch Kurt Strafford. He's with Kevin Carter here on the rush. He stays. He pushes him just past the pocket. I mean, that's enough for the quarterback to make his read.
3rd and 7. And you had a look at Kevin Gogan looking on from the sideline. They split the tight end wide to the left side. Pressure. Down he goes. Leslie O'Neal, one of the all-time greats in the sack department. He was down to just 7 last season. He's got 2 already this season.
3rd and long. I said it before. If you get this kid in 3rd and long and try to pass, that the Rams defense will win. Now watch. They've got all the receivers over on this side. Now there's nobody to help out Hanshaw up top, and there comes Leslie O'Neal right beside him. They said they were going to try to get Tim Hanshaw some help, but when you have the backs and receivers to all the one side, it's just not there.
Tommy Thompson with a kick toward the sideline. Dennison lets it bounce, and the 49ers down it. Rams with a good defensive series take over, leading the 49ers 9-7.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Budweiser, Beechwood Aged for a crisp, clean, classic taste. By Sears, come see the many sides of Sears. By Coca-Cola Classic, always the real thing, always Coca-Cola. And by DirecTV, satellite TV at its best.
Back in St. Louis, the Rams with their first offensive possession of the second half. They have 2 tight ends in there. Ernie Conwell on the left side, Aaron Lang to the right, and Craig Hayward is a wing to the right side. The pitch is to Lawrence Phillips, looking for a hole. Not much. Got about 2 on the play. Gary Plummer in on the tackle.
You know, we talked to Bryant Young, and we talked about his style of play and what goes on there in the middle. And I can attest to you, he summed it up correct. He said it's 6 seconds of chaos. And you see that right there. That's what it is. You get your tied up with somebody, there's people around your legs, it's a free-for-all. And when you're in there in the middle, you don't have the luxury to see a play unfold. You have to feel it. You have to feel it around you and respond to it, and he is excellent at it.
2nd and 8. Banks sends everybody out, has time. Little pressure, stepped away nicely, looking for a man, and he threw it wildly. Rod Woodson, the closest man to it. Eddie Kennison was looking, thought he was bumped on the play.
You know, the one thing that the 49ers corners do is they stay with their man. Now, Marquez Pope, watch him here. He's on Torrance Small. He just stays in coverage. Now, he sees Banks scrambling around back there, but he stays with him. Now, watch on the other side. That's what Rod Woodson does, too. He sees Banks scrambling around, but see, he doesn't give him a cushion. He doesn't give him any room there. It looked like a little bump there. Huh?
A little bit.
That ball was in the air.
He was looking for the official. 3rd and long. Small in motion. 3 wide receivers in for the Rams. The rollout by Banks. Chased by Woodson, who was hauled down. The pass complete. Was it out of bounds? No, it's ruled a catch. Completion for Jermaine Ross.
That's a heck of a catch by Jermaine Ross.
First reception by a wide receiver for the Rams in the game.
Wait, Tony Banks throws this on the run. He throws a bullet out of bounds, actually. And look, Jermaine Ross is almost vertical. Or is that horizontal? Help me out here, Sam. He's
right
horizontal.
there is horizontal.
Yeah, that's what he is. His toes are inbound. That is unbelievable. I mean, well, I could see here now it's vertical and horizontal. Vertical's up and down.
That's right.
Okay, and horizontal is across.
That's right.
Got it. Good.
First down Rams. Banks deep down the sideline for Kennison. Incomplete. Marquez Pope covering, and Marquez is shaken up a little bit. Gets up limping. Now he seems to be okay.
Boy, those two were neck and neck. Watch this. Watch this. Look at the speed. Kennison is the fastest man in the NFL. And there's Pope with him. Tony Banks just hangs it out there for him because he knows at the speed of Kennison. He knows he can run it down from underneath. This is just right off his fingertips.
2nd and 10 for the Rams at their own 47-yard line. 49ers with some late changes. There's some confusion. And the Rams decide to call timeout as Tony Banks will come to the sideline to talk it over.
Jerry Rome, the offensive coordinator for the Rams, you know, what the Rams haven't been able to do is they haven't been able to get the vertical game downfield. You like that, Sam? They haven't been able to get downfield with the wide receivers because the defensive back of the 49ers are playing so well. And they haven't been able to use the tight end because McDonald has him shored up with the help of the outside linebackers. So they've got to get the ball in the passing game to the backs out of the backfield, and that's why they need more Van Vliet.
They got Ampley and Ron Moore in the backfield. 3 wide receivers in the game on 2nd and 10. Inside Ron Moore. Nothing. Good play by Ken Norton on the tackle. There's Marquez Pope on the sideline.
Yeah, you know what? I believe, I don't want to speculate, but I believe it's a toe. Because watch, at the end, when he lays out here, sells out, he has to sell out right here, and that's when he springs off there. When he springs off the turf there, that toe was bent in a position when he leaped out. I know what that's like, and that can cause turf toe. And he was over there talking to Kevin Green about it, who has a bad toe as well.
Darnell Walker's taking his spot. Banks over the middle deep, complete to Torrance Small. At the 30, cuts back. Small to the 15, knocked out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Big play for the Rams.
Small has been large for them. Here's the blitz off the corner, and here's Torrance Small. Watch him settle down and come across the middle of the field. McDonald, he loses, and Small, once he catches a ball, he's great in the open field. They got him from the New Orleans Saints. They didn't want to keep him down there. They let him go, and the Rams snatched him right up.
1st and goal after a 46-yard pickup. Tight ends in. Delay to Phillips. No hold. 49ers front doing a terrific job on Lawrence Phillips and the Rams inside running game. Bryant Young gets up from the pile.
I tell you, see, what it's tough to block. I mean, this is a good defense. Now, this is Craig Hayward right here, the fullback. Watch him lead up, okay, on Plummer. Watch this. Now watch Plummer stuff that thing. That's a heck of a play by Gary Plummer, and that's why he's in there. They said, hey, you know, we liked Kevin Mitchell. He was going to be our starter, but we needed that solid guy in the middle for run defense, and that's where it is right there.
37 years of age and still going strong. 3 wide receivers for the Rams. Banks into the end zone, incomplete.
Yeah, it's a flag. It's a flag, and it's going to be on Rod Woodson.
Ball was held by Rod Woodson.
He sure was.
Who picked up a couple of penalties last week.
Holding number 26 defense, half the distance to the goal line, automatic first down.
Watch it. It's right here. Here's 26, and there's Small. Now he's legal right there. You get the 5 yards, but not there, not in the end zone when he has that jersey. You know, I think Rod has been using, you know, he got called last week twice, and even last year when he came back, he struggled a little bit. I think he's using a little bit more of his hands and his upper body to compensate.
For the knee?
Yeah.
First and goal at the 3-yard line. 2 tight ends in for the Rams. Conwell in motion. Up the middle, Phillips for about a yard. Boy, it is just tough to run on the 49ers front.
They're solid. Every gap was filled there by a 49er white jersey.
Tim McDonald wound up making the tackle.
Watch this. Now, up front here, watch all the white jerseys. Now, look at the backside on the cutback. White jerseys there as well. Every single gap was filled. And that's what you have to do as a defense when you get down there inside the 5-yard line. You have to control your gaps. All the way from end to end, you have to get in your gap and maintain it.
No gain on the play. Second and goal from the 3, and 3 tight ends in for the Rams. Roll out Banks. Looking deep into the end zone. Deflected.
Ken Norton.
Aaron Lang was open.
He was wide open. That looked like it was just a little catch and pass, you know. Let's play a little pass. Banks knew he had him. He was wide open. I want you to watch over here in the back of the end zone. He's wide open. No one's around him. But Ken Norton right there just gets a hand on the ball, just enough to tip that thing over Aaron Lang's head.
Big play. 49ers digging in. Rams with a 9-7 lead and 9:18 to go in the third. Third and goal from the 3. Banks, quarterback draw. Looking, scrambles to the 1.
There's a fumble.
Loose ball. 49ers think they have it. Woodson steps over the pile. 49ers recover. Oh, what a huge break. On the quarterback draw, Banks fumbling at about the 1-yard line.
And the 49ers are no strangers to Banks fumbling. He did it last year 4 times against them. And here on the quarterback draw, he steps back and then he attacks from the pocket. Now watch where the ball is, though. He's got it out in front of him, swinging it around. You can't run through traffic with that ball out there like that. And it pops out as McDonald. I believe that's Tim McDonald that got a piece of it.
Terrific defensive stand by the 49ers, who turn the ball over and will have it on their own 1-yard line. There's Tim McDonald.
That's a huge defensive stand.
Now the fans come alive here. Let's see how Druckenmiller reacts to all the noise. Deep in his own territory, he's going to throw. Deep down the right sideline. For Terrell Owens, it's incomplete. Todd Light was covering on the play. Well, that showed some guts.
It sure did, dropping back and passing into a Bud Carson defense. Now, Bud Carson's been around a long time. He knows he has them down here in the closed end of the end zone and the noise in the crowd. Now, watch him run the zone blitz. As DeMarco Farr comes out, now you bring the extra rusher off the side. The 49ers do a good job of picking it up, but yet the thing is, Bud Carson knows he's got a young quarterback down here in the end zone. Crowd noise, I'm coming after him.
It's 2nd and 10, 49ers. Ball spotted on the 2-yard line. Blitz coming. Inside handoff. No gain, maybe a loss.
Boy, that was a big play by Mike Jones. Big play by Mike Jones. That was darn close to being a safety. Both defenses are pumped up. Watch, here's Mike Jones. Watch him cheat up here. He comes up, and at the snap of the ball, Deese never gets there. He never gets in front of him. Another step, and that would have been 2 points.
The ball is on the 1 yard line. Third and 11. Out of the I formation. Druckenmiller being rushed by Carter. Incomplete, intended for William Floyd. And the Rams defense comes up big.
Yeah, both defenses had to answer calls, and they both did.
Druckenmiller under a lot of pressure. Kevin Carter was coming from the left end position. And now Tommy Thompson heels against the end line. Gets it away. Good kick. Eddie Kennison at midfield. Picks up a couple of blocks. Good return. Big hit. And the Rams have it on the 49ers 40-yard line. 8:02 to go. Third quarter. Druckenmiller goes off. Rams offense comes on. Marquez Pope going off. He had that toe injury and he's going to the locker room. Outstanding cornerback, and Tyrone Drakeford upstairs. John Marshall, the defensive coordinator.
He knew coming in that these guys, his defensive group, had to find a way to win the game.
Phillips trying to get outside. A tackler with him for about 4 yards. Good pickup. Time for McDonald's game break. Time to go back to the Fox Television Center in Hollywood. Take it away, JB.
Sam and Bill, St. Louis. Well, we'll take this back and show Rashawn Salam. Second fumble of the day. Orlando Thomas alertly picks it up, takes it in for the score. Minnesota on top, 13-10.
Hey, we talk about turnovers.
Yep.
They'll kill you.
Bears aren't good enough to overcome turnovers like that. Jake. That's Torrance Small when in motion. Phillips on the carry, gets through the hole. Phillips down the sideline, inside the 10.
Sam, remember we talked about the adjustments at halftime, and that last week that the offense for the Rams came out and exploded? Well, so far it's starting this way. First with Torrance Small, and then watch this. Watch this cut right into the middle of the defense. Dana Stubblefield was blocked up front by Girac, and that opened the whole hole up.
To the 8-yard line, Lawrence Phillips, now 59 yards. Last week in the second half, the Rams outgained the Saints 272-84. Rams knocking on the door again. Phillips inside this time for about 2. Gary Plummer, the middle linebacker, tripped him up. And Lawrence Phillips may be becoming the type of back that just one play, that's all he needs. You can hold him, and then explode.
And when you get a guy like that, you have to keep on feeding him the ball. You know, when you get a guy like that it can bust at any minute, you just have to keep on giving it to him.
Second and goal at the 6. Small and Kennison, wide left. Conwell, tight end to the right. Small in motion. Phillips takes it outside. Trying to beat Norton. Goes to the goal line. Knocked out of bounds at the 1. And there's a hold against the Rams that will bring it back.
I think that's going to be out on the tight end. I think that was Ernie Conwell, number 84. That thing took a while to get back outside.
Number 84 offense. 10 yards, second down.
I want you to watch. Here's 84 right here. Now, this play is designed to come up in the middle, and it doesn't. It's going to cut back outside. Now, right here, you can see the grip he has on him. He's got a hold of that jersey. He was holding on to him as that ball came outside.
So, mistakes hurting the Rams. The fumble on the 1-yard line, the last possession. Now, the holding penalty brings them back to the 16.
You talk to any coach in the league, Sam. Penalties and turnovers. You eliminate them, you get a chance to win.
Ron Moore, the lone setback. Torrance Small in motion. Second and goal. Banks under pressure. Threw it away. Is it a fumble? Incomplete.
The ball was thrown forward.
Thank you, Bob. Junior Bryant with big pressure on Tony Banks.
Took quite a shot, too. Watch the pressure. Up front, there's Junior Bryant with the arm over John Jurek, and he never has a chance. When you get beat that quick at the line of scrimmage, you can't have a chance in the pocket as a quarterback.
3 wideouts, everybody out, Banks to the corner. Incomplete. Jermaine Ross wanted a holding call on Darnell Walker. The official says no.
I think he should have gotten a call there. Watch this down the sidelines. There's Darnell Walker. Now he's past the 5-yard area, and he keeps his hands off. Now he's going to get it again.
Oh,
see the collar? He got the left hand on the collar. Hey, that should have been a penalty.
Jeff Wilkins for his 4th field goal of the game. This one will be from 34. And it is good. The former 49er who set team records in San Francisco last season is 4 for 4. And the Rams lead 12-7. 49ers without Jerry Rice, the man who is the all-time leader in receptions, reception yards, in touchdowns. 25% of all the 49ers receptions since he's come into the league.
30% almost of all the touchdowns, and all those are phenomenal numbers. But to me, the biggest thing is the guy's never missed a game.
And what they've done is they have not put him on injured reserve. Jerry Rice has told some people that he hopes to come back by December, sometime in December. Wilkins kicking off. Big leg. That's Drakeford 9 yards deep, and he won't bring it out.
Hey, is Wilkins having himself a great game?
Man. He's making his presence felt against his former team. 5:27 to go, 3rd quarter. Rams the 12-7 lead. Richard Roundtree heads an incredible ensemble cast in 413 Hope Street, the most powerful place on television this fall, premiering Thursday on Fox. You won't miss that. You'll be home, right? You've got to tape the show in LA this week.
Yeah, I won't miss that.
Your new show, I hope that's going well for you.
It's going great.
On the Fox Sports Net. Kevin Gogan is back in at right guard for the 49ers. Garrison Hurst gets about 3 before Roman Pfeiffer, the leading tackler for the Rams last year and in 3 of the last 4 years, brought him down.
Yeah, Gogan's back in, and they use him correctly that time. They let him go maul somebody. They let him come down there and just maul the nose tackle. But that's what Gogan's good at.
'49ers have Greg Clark, rookie tight end out of Stanford in. Tight to the left side. Hurst in motion. Blitz coming. The handoff to William Floyd. Rams all around him. Maybe a yard. Roman Pfeiffer there again. Mike Jones was there. Bill Johnson.
Kevin Carter's the guy that made this play, number 93. Watch him string this whole thing out. He's going to string it out. Now, as a defensive end, you have contained, and you have to take this thing all the way to the sidelines. Now, there's Ray Brown again, pulling. Another big 340-pounder. Can't get outside. To me, that's the problem with the 49ers offense. Their linemen are too big to run what they want them to do.
Here's 3rd and 6. 49ers 2 for 9 on 3rd down. Druckenmiller calls timeout. There was some confusion there. Looked like he was going to check off, then he wasn't sure, and he'll go to the sideline to talk it over. 4:06 to go, 3rd quarter. Rams leading the 49ers. When you play the NFC West, you point at the 49ers. Dick Vermeil's been pointing at them since preseason, since before preseason.
Yeah, I mean, that's the team he knew he had to beat. And this is, he's from San Francisco area. This was him as a head coach for the Screaming Mothers. Is that the name of the team, the Screaming Mothers?
That's their nickname.
What did he coach, a maternity ward?
They were champions even in high school. 3rd and 6 for the 49ers. Druckenmiller. Pressured out of the pocket. Gets rid of it out of bounds.
Once again, I'm going to reemphasize the fact that anytime you're in 3rd and long against the Rams, they're going to win, and they've been winning it.
Bill Johnson with big pressure on the rookie Jim Druckenmiller. And the Rams defense, we talked about the 49ers defense. Rams defense has done a terrific job. Eddie Kennison is deep at his own 31-yard line. Tommy Thompson waiting. Plenty of time to get it away. Low kick. Kennison on the run at the 38. Belly's back, and he's got room to go. Kennison, 40. Knocked out of bounds by Thompson at the 36-yard line. Brent Hager with a big block helped spring him. Good return by Kennison.
Yeah. Dick Vermeil wasn't happy last week with the special teams. And so far today, they've been pretty productive. With all the field goals and all the returns, the only foul-up came on the fumble with Eddie Kennison. But this is a heck of a return here. They set this thing up, and he takes the ball. He fields the ball to one side of the field, and he runs all the way back across the field the way it's set up, just where it was set up. Watch the block here by Randy Kirk. That springs it all open. And great field position once again.
That's Brent Hager on the block. Banks in trouble. They got him.
Fumble.
Ball's loose. 49ers have it. Another Tony Banks fumble. He lost 11 last season. He fumbled 21 times. Yeah. He's fumbled twice in this game.
Dick Vermeil is upset too. Watch this. As he's in the pocket, okay, he steps out from pressure. Now, watch what he's doing with the ball. He gets wrapped up. Now, the ball is out in front of him. Either get rid of the ball now or take the sack. But he's standing up in there amongst pressure, swinging that ball out in front of him, and the result is a fumble.
Recovery by Marvin Washington. Each team with 3 turnovers in the game. And now it's the 49ers on their own 46. Druckenmiller throwing short, complete to William Floyd out of the backfield. Pick up a 5 on the play. Robert Jones there to make the stop.
Yeah, and this is where the 49ers need to take a drive. Now, they've been pinned down in their end of the field for the most part of this second half. Now they're out here, they have a little breathing room, and they need to take advantage and put a drive together.
See the numbers. Now the 49ers trying to get some offense going here. Big one-sided.
Yeah, that's when they were backed up down there in the end zone. Now they've got a little breathing room. They've got to do something.
2 tight ends in. Jones to the right side, Clark to the left. Off the play fake, outside of Brent Jones. First down, inside the 40 to about the 36-yard line.
Well, that was a nice stuff. See, now they're being creative. They're using the 2 tight ends, and I thought they would do something like this at some point in time. They like number 85, Greg Clark, and of course Brent Jones is Brent Jones. What they do here is when they get the 2 tight ends, when they get this set, here's a tight end, here's a tight end, watch them run this route, okay? That's where the 2 guys are going to come open. They're the only 2 open receivers on the field. And Druckenmiller takes his short target, Brent Jones.
First down, 49ers. Hurst in motion. Blitz coming, they pick it up. Incomplete, intended for Jones again.
Well, you can see what Druckenmiller's guy is, who it is. When he's been throwing the ball, he's been looking for Brent Jones. And he's been a hair off a little bit here and a hair off there. Down in the end zone, he almost had a touchdown. But he's his cushion. That's the guy he's going to go to. Now, Jerry Rice is gone. Steve Young's gone. Now I'm going to go to the next guy that's been around here for a long time, and he makes me feel comfortable, and that's Brent Jones.
3 receptions in the game. 2nd and 10, 49ers. They have 3 wide receivers in. Rams have 6 defensive backs in. Hand off to Terry Kirby. Trying to get away. Good. Trip up. Leslie O'Neal missed him the first time. Got him the second try.
Well, there you have it again. Now, this has been the crux of their problem. I don't mean to beat a dead horse here, but this is it. They pull Gogan, and guess what happens when they pull Gogans, folks? Yeah, it gets tackled in the backfield. And guess what you have now that it's tackled in the backfield? You got 3rd and long. And what did I tell you happens when it's 3rd and long against the Rams? They win.
At the 40-yard line, it's 3rd and 14. 3 wide receivers in. Tight end to the right side. Kirby the lone setback. Somebody move. The left tackle. Tim Hanshaw.
False start. Prior to the snap, number 77 offense.
Put it back 5 more.
yards, third down.
Sorry, Bob. It's 3rd and 19 now. Bigger trouble.
Yeah. And you know, the thing about it is, Druckenmiller's doing okay. He's doing okay. If he had some help up front by the offensive linemen, if they were able to run the ball, which they haven't been able to do properly, and if they were able to pass protect a little bit better, one, you never would have had the problem with Steve Young and Jerry Rice, and two, Jim Druckenmiller would be having a much better day than he is.
It is now 3rd and 19 from the 45. 4 wide receivers in the game. Druckenmiller deep down the right side. Incomplete. Big hit on Marquez.
No!
Flag goes in. Todd Light with the huge hit.
They are going to call unnecessary roughness to an unprotected player. That's going to be a first down at the spot of the foul. That was a heck of a break on the ball by Light. This is football to me. That's all that is. See, what he did, the reason it was called is his head was down. The crown of his helmet was down, and he was coming into an unprotected receiver as he went up for the ball. Now watch this crown of his helmet goes down. Right there, and he comes up into him.
That's the key. That's the key point.
Unnecessary roughness, number 41. 15 yards from the previous spot, first down.
Another key penalty. This one prolongs the drive for the 49ers. It is a first down for San Francisco. You hear the fan reaction late in the 3rd quarter. 7 penalties for the Rams.
I stand corrected. That's not at the spot of the foul. It's actually right. It's going to be 15 yards from the previous snap and an automatic first down.
Just inside the 30.
I lost myself there. I lost a little oxygen. I was getting a little excited. Okay, we're back now. Let's go.
Floyd and Hurst in the backfield. A lot of noise in the stadium. Garrison Hurst. A couple of yards before Gerald McBurrows got there to bring him down. 49ers in scoring position. Clark goes off and Brent Jones comes back in. Ram players want the noise. They want the noise level up from the crowd. Blitz coming. Picked up. Throw tipped and caught by Terrell Owens inside the 15 down to the 12. That ball was tipped on the way and Owens stayed with it.
Boy, what concentration. That's some great concentrations by Terrell Owens. Watch, this ball is going to be tipped by 35 Keith Lyle as he comes across. It was tipped prior to the catch.
Down to the 11-yard line. Terrell Owens, his 2nd year. He took over for the injured J.J. Stokes last season and played well. End of the 3rd quarter. The Rams put up the only points in the 3rd quarter, but the 49ers are closing in and trying to take the lead. We'll be back right after this. Budweiser game summary. Each team 3 turnovers. 49ers 7 points. Rams 6. Wilkins 4 field goals have provided all 12 Rams points. 1st and 10 San Francisco at the St. Louis 11-yard line. 2 tight ends in for the 49ers. Druckenmiller looking for the corner for Terrell Owens, and it's incomplete. Todd Light covering on the play.
And this is back to the old NFC West rivalry, the way it used to be. With Dickerson, remember they had the Dickerson teams back then with the Rams in Montana, and those guy teams used to go at it always for the division crown. Yeah, this game's being played like that right now. Some penalties, a lot of mistakes, but You know, a lot of good defensive play on both sides of the ball and a close game.
2nd and 10. Hurst and Floyd in the backfield. Inside to Hurst. Got a couple on the play.
Well, Kevin Carter, what a stick.
Good tackle. At the 10-yard line, pickup of 1 on the play. Steve Mariucci checking the playlist. There are no Jerry Rice plays on his list today.
Yeah, see him looking at that list. Now, that list normally has about 15 plays over in a little box that says Jerry plays. And they're the big plays. They're the big chunks of yardage. When you need something to happen, you go to him. Well, there's no Jerry here today, so in the result, there's no Jerry plays.
Garrison Hurst flanks out wide right. Lone setback is Floyd. Everybody out. Druckenmiller in trouble. Gets rid of it. Intercepted. Keith Lyle up to the 30-yard line. His 3rd interception of the season. He had 2 last week. And a big chance for the 49ers. And that time, inexperience hurt the 49ers.
Well, that's exactly what's happened to him before. And remember, I told you, folks, again, 3rd and long. What happens? Rams win. Here again with pressure. He should have either taken a sack or thrown it away. He tries to force it into the end zone, and Lyle comes up with his 3rd pick of the year.
Leslie O'Neal had a piece of him. Bill Johnson was coming, and Keith Lyle, the Rams bench loves it. Keith Lyle tied for the NFL lead in interceptions with 9 last season. Lawrence Phillips dancing around, but nothing there. Roy Barker in on the tackle. 4 turnovers for the 49ers.
You know, Bud's defensive plan is working. This is coming after him. Out of 49 plays, 15 blitzes, they had pressure all over him all day, and it resulted in 2 interceptions. Well, actually 3. That's third interception. 2 with Ryan McNeil, and then Keith Lyle's 1. So that's 3 interceptions. Yep. And you know, the thing about it is it's because of the 49ers' lack of an offensive line and the lack of getting things done that are creating it. So they're actually helping out Bud.
Rams without Eddie Kennison. He's out with a shoulder injury. Pressure on Banks, spun away. It's back to the line of scrimmage. Gary Plummer in on the play. Pressure early from Chris Dolman.
You know, he had that ball waving around out in front of him again. I mean, he's going to get the name. He's going to get that name back fumbles. He got through last week. Okay. You know, I talked to Tony last week. He says, I drive through Jack in a Box and people refer to me as Mr. Fumble.
Oh.
He said, yeah, that's me. But he's trying to get rid of that whole fumble thing. But when he's in there and under pressure, he can't have that ball waving out in front of him like that.
On 3rd and 7. Banks to run. And spins away, but comes up short of a 1st down. Chris Dolman caught up with him. Rod Woodson as well. And the Rams forced to punt. Good defensive series for the 49ers.
Yeah, very good defensive series for the 49ers. Now, for the Rams offense, though, they are not taking advantage of the turnovers. They have points off turnovers, but only 6. Those turnovers they've got have got to result in points. They've been down inside there 4 times, able to try to get the score, and they've come away with field goals. It's going to bite them if they don't put the ball in the end zone.
Will Bryce, who had a 59-yard punt earlier. This one is a low one. Taken on the run by Hani Oezeke, and he's blown back.
Boy, that's coverage.
He got up to about the 34-yard line. Jim Druckenmiller will try again.
NFL Sunday is brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers. By 7-Eleven. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. By Sony PlayStation. A bit of advice for gamers everywhere. Never underestimate the power of a PlayStation. And by Ericsson. Be ready for anything with a reliable Ericsson mobile phone.
The Budweiser blimp in its eye in the sky camera, proud to provide you with these live shots 1,000 feet above St. Louis. 49ers trailing 12-7. 2 tight ends in. Garrison Hurst. Nothing. Rams defense has done a good job on Garrison Hurst in this game. Time for McDonald's game break, and for that we go to the reliable JB.
Sam and Bill, how does Chicago take the lead? Look at this well-executed counter trap. Raymond Harris, 68-yarder on Monday night, 59 yards here to pay dirt, and Chicago on top, 24-20. Bat in the fourth, back to Sam and Bill.
Raymond Harris is some back. He is.
They ought to make him the feature back.
Yeah, I think so.
Take him out of that fullback role and make him the feature back.
2nd and 9. Druckenmiller checking off at the line of scrimmage. Everybody out. He has time. He forced it and was almost intercepted by Todd Light. Or was it Ryan McNeil? McNeil almost had his third interception. Intended for J.J. Stokes. And he threw it right to McNeil.
Yeah, you know, he's starting to force things now, trying to make something happen. And really, he doesn't have a choice. I mean, he's back there trying to make something happen, forcing the throws, but he has to do something because I don't think the 49ers are giving him any kind of help.
Are the Rams reading his eyes, Bill?
Yeah, but that big windup. I studied film on him. He's got that big windup. And you saw the receivers. Keith Lyle was over there as well, stepping in front.
49ers 2 for 12 on 3rd down in the game. Druckenmiller up top, down the sideline, and Todd Light dropped it. Almost another interception. Terrell Owens, the intended receiver.
You know, again, you know, it was 3rd and long, and the Rams defense won. But I'm wondering, how long can they do this, Sam? How long? One of these defenses is going to break down. There's some good protection up front, but strong defensive play by the 49ers. The Rams have answered the bell defensively every time they've stepped on the field practically, except when they were backed up on the turnover. But how long can they do it?
And will those 2 near interceptions shake Druckenmiller's confidence? Movement on the line. Flags come flying in. It's going to be against the 49ers.
Yeah, it sure is. That's against Kevin Mitchell.
Prior to the snap, ball start, 55 offense.
Yeah, Juan John Vita Kazadi, 59, is actually the guy that drew him off sides. You know, you're allowed to do that on special teams.
I like the way you got that name in there.
Yeah,
worked
well,
on that all weekend.
Yeah, that's Kazadi. Juan John Vita Kazadi. Yeah, he just gave him a little flinch in there, and it drew Mitchell off sides.
Back to the 26-yard line. Sixth punt of the game for Tommy Thompson. Jermaine Ross is deep, replacing the injured Eddie Kennison. Ross backed up to his 20-yard line. Trying to pick up a block, nothing doing. Good coverage on the play. Kevin Mitchell down to make the tackle. Jim Druckenmiller sits down to ponder things with his 49ers trailing 12-7. On a special day and time next Sunday at 7, 6 Central, it's the non-stop movie thriller True Lies, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis, next Sunday on Fox. You know, if they need a stand-in for Arnold, I think you could do it.
It's my kind of movie.
There you go. Rams on their own 25. Lawrence Phillips and Amp Lee in the backfield. Everybody out. Banks steps up and down he goes. Thrown for a loss, Chris Dolman.
That's coverage, Zach. Great coverage downfield. And it's been like that for the better part of the day. The 49ers defensive backs have just done an excellent job downfield. Watch these guys right here in coverage. Now, Banks doesn't have time. This is why the sack occurs. There's nowhere to pass the ball. Nobody's open. Where are you going to throw the ball? Stop right there. Where is your Ram open? There's no one open.
Rod Woodson. Marquez Pope is out. Tyrone Drakeford in for him. And now Drakeford went to the sideline and Darnell Walker is in. 2nd and 12. Quick pitch. The tight end Ernie Conwell. First down Rams. Conwell, who made the big play last week against the Saints.
Yeah, that's what they need.
And his mom and dad are at the game. The rest of the family back home in Seattle watching.
Yeah, his heroes. I mean, that's who he said his heroes are, his mom and dad. He said they raised 9 kids and about 20 foster kids. He said about 20 foster kids on a welder's salary, and his mom was making sandwiches in a sandwich shop. So they're my heroes. And that's the kind of guy he is, too. Blue collar, hard-working, tough kid. I really like him.
And he's the youngest of the 9 kids. 18-yard pickup at the 41. Phillips bouncing outside. Kenny Norton fumble.
That's caused by the ground, I believe.
Let's see. 49ers say they have it. Let's see what the officials say.
They're looking for it down there. They're not ruling it a ground. They're down there looking for it.
49ers have it. Another Rams fumble. Boy, they have shot themselves in this game.
Watch, this is a nice cutback, nice selection. Now here's the pursuit. Kenny Norton's going to run him down from behind, and that arm coming over the top is what knocks that ball out. Great hustle and pursuit by Kenny Norton.
Norton forces the fumble. So it's been Rams fumbles and 49ers interceptions.
Well, it's a combination of a couple things. One, two good defensive teams on the field, and two is the inexperience and the youth on both offenses.
9:29 to go. Rams leading 12-7. Big chance for the 49ers at the Rams 47. Garrison Hurst. He's going to throw it. Fakes. Now he runs. And he picks up a couple to the 45. He was looking.
Holy cow, did Gerald McBarrows get away with a gift. I'm talking about a gift. That was unbelievable. I can't believe it. Here's Gerald McBarrows right here. Now, this looks like a run, okay, over to the side, but it's a run pass. Garrison Hurst is looking downfield. Watch Gerald McBarrows right here. He collars, he just yanks him around by the collars, Terrell Owens. He just takes his by the collar and just yanks him around. Boy, he got away with one.
Pickup of 3 on the play. 49ers have 2 tight ends in the ball game. Hurst alone setback takes it. Big hole. Hurst breaks through to the 35 and a first down. Good block by Greg Clark, the tight end, one of the 2 tight ends.
You know, last week it was the conditioning of Dick Vermeil's training camp that helped out the St. Louis Rams, that helped them run the ball in the 4th quarter and chew up the clock. But this defense has been on the field a bunch today and have done a lot. And I'm wondering how long can they keep this up. Now, I saw a little breakdown there and a big run. How long can they keep up this intensity?
Motion from Terrell Owens. On first down, the play fake. Druckenmiller. Nobody open. Throws it away.
Smart. Think he's learning now after 3 interceptions or nearly 4?
There's Gerald McBarrows. The 49ers have changed left tackles. Frank Pollock is in, replacing Tim Henshaw, who's having problems with Leslie O'Neal.
They had problems last week, too.
It's Frank Pollock, 7th-year man out of Northern Arizona. 2nd and 10, 49ers. Just under 8 minutes to go. Hurst and Floyd in the backfield. Hurst gets through the hole. He may go. Hurst inside the 10. Touchdown, Garrison Hurst. He picked up some big blocks, including one from J.J. Stokes, and the 49ers have taken the lead.
That's the same play we saw before. And I was wondering how long can that defense hold up? 4th quarter, they've been answering the bell the whole game, but how long could they take it? And there was 2 broken assignments there and 2 big runs by Hurst, and the second one resulting in a touchdown.
And now the 49ers look like they'll go for 2. They are going for 2, leading 13-12. The 49ers will attempt the 2-point conversion.
You know what this is doing? This is going to put the game on their defense where they want it.
In motion, Awezike, pressure, throwing to Terry Kirby. It's good.
Great catch, great throw.
2-point conversion for Terry Kirby, and the 49ers now lead by 3, 15-12.
Watch what they do here. Here's Kirby out of the backfield. He's going to be one-on-one with the linebacker, and this is a nice throw in the face of pressure.
Kirby scores. 49ers lead. 49ers looking for players to step up, and they got it from Garrison Hurst. There's head coach Steve Mariucci. Down, kneeling right him with a baseball cap is Jim Druckenmiller. Everybody around the head coach. They need this game. 49ers have not been 0-2 since 1982. Thompson's kickoff. Jermaine Ross at the 3. Good coverage by the 49ers.
Take another look
Zach
at the
Bronson
touchdown.
with a tackle. Sorry, Bill.
Garrison Hurst touchdown. Now what they do here is they run a tackle stunt. They bring DeMarco Favre inside and loop Bill Johnson around. Bill Johnson misses the tackle. He has him at the line of scrimmage, misses him right there. And then Light misses as well. He whiffs. But on top of that, there's some pretty good blocks too. Watch Stratford here. Okay, and there's Brent Jones. Now watch downfield here. Watch who comes into your picture down here. That's J.J. Stokes. Watch him on the block on Lyle.
35-yard touchdown run on first down. Lawrence Phillips. Chris Dolman with the quick hit. Phillips gets up upset. Bryant Young is in his face. Dolman, the man who made the tackle. The points off turnovers. Big turnovers. Fumbles by the Rams.
All of San Francisco's points are off turnovers, but the thing about it is their points off turnovers were touchdowns off turnovers, where St. Louis's were field goals. That's the difference in the game.
2nd and 8 at the 20-yard line. Banks look for the tight end Aaron Lang. Flag goes down. It's going to be against the Rams, I believe, for holding. Kenny Norton took down Banks. And now the 49ers defense is taking charge.
And that's what they wanted to do. When they went for 2, they're playing for the field goal, thinking if they get field goal, they tie it. But they're putting it on the defense's shoulder. And that's what they came into the game with. 66, 65.
Number 66 offense. Penalty is declined. 3rd down.
John Jurek, the man who was holding.
Here's Jurek here. Take a look at him. He's going to be right over here. And Stubblefield gets by him like he did the last time with a quick arm over. And so he just slides down his waist and tackles him to the ground.
3rd and 16 for the Rams at their own 12. They have 3 wide receivers in, everybody out. Banks looking and complete. No, drop. Incomplete. Kennison.
And a
now
flag.
a late flag. That's a late hit. That's a late hit.
So
that's a bad play by the 49ers.
that's the rookie against Zach Bronson.
That play was over. And that's a definitely unnecessary roughness.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. 31 defense. 15 yards. Automatic first down.
And that keeps the Rams alive.
Oh, remember that play. That could be a big one. 6:42 to go. 49ers leading. And now another flag has gone down. Kennison is playing with a bruised shoulder.
Plummer was in the face of the umpire, and he was giving him some lip service, and they threw a flag on it.
Steve Barriucci walking the sideline. It's against the 49ers. Unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, that's 30 yards in penalties.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Helmet violation.
So the Rams have gone from their own 12 to the 42-yard line, when it would have been 49ers ball.
Yeah, tempers are flaring out there. Everybody's
26.
under a lot of pressure.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. 26.
Rod
defense.
Woodson, I thought it was Plummer in the face of him. Yeah, they're falling apart now.
That's a veteran player. He shouldn't be doing that. 9 penalties on the 49ers in the game. And a big one here as the Rams are out at their own 42-yard line. Amp Lee, the lone setback. Banks completes to Torrance Small. Gets to midfield. Pickup of 8 on the play. Merton Hanks in on the tackle. Torrance Small, who led the Saints in receiving last season, picked up as a free agent in June.
That was a nice little slant play. A good protection up front. Banks looks good in his set. Nice throw, nice catch.
2nd and 2 for the Rams at midfield with the clock running. Amp Lee remains the lone setback. And Bryant Young jumped off. Another penalty on the 49ers will cost them 5 and a first down.
97 defense. 5 yards. First down.
Don't forget, second game of our doubleheader coming up. Packers and Eagles in Philadelphia.
Yeah, you know, Sam, I said, which defense is going to break down. Well, the last time the Rams were on the field, we're getting late here in the fourth quarter. Last time the Rams defense were on the field, they had some breaks, and now they're breaking down on the 49er side. I mean, so much pressure is on both these defenses to win, and they've both been on the field so long, they're starting to crack.
Under 6 minutes remaining. First and 10 from the 49ers, 45. Phillips. Not much. About a yard. Junior Bryant in on the tackle, but the outside of the 49ers defense jammed it up. Packers going for their second win, coming off the Monday night win over the Bears. Will take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Home opener for the Eagles. Sorry, Bill.
That's all right. We'll see how much the Packers are affected by all those injuries. They had a lot. Mark Moore's out. Edgar Benner's out. Craig Newsom's out. And then we'll keep track of that. And then we'll also try to keep track of how many times Ray Rhodes bleeps.
2nd and 9. Everybody out. Banks being pressured. Throws sideline for Conwell, out of bounds. He caught it, but out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a good catch. He just couldn't get his second foot in bounds. And take a look there at the yards. Last week they got rolling, but this is a different defense they're facing today.
Yeah.
This is a veteran defense with a lot of talented players on it. Like we said before, 9 out of 11 of them have been to the Pro Bowls, and it's hard to move on it, especially down the field in the passing game.
Banks 7 for 19 on 3rd and 9. Over the middle, deep for Small, knocked down. Rod Woodson was there on the double coverage on Torrance Small.
Well, that's taking a shot. You want to take a shot down the field. Watch Torrance Small here and watch him end up right there. Now, the play is by Rod Woodson. Rod Woodson is watching him. He's trailing. Now watch him. Step right in front of it. He tries to come over the top. Banks sees him. He thinks he can get over the top of him, but the safety's there to help as well.
Now, Will Bryce will try to pin the 49ers deep in their own territory. The kick is bouncing in the end zone. Not what the Rams wanted. They don't get much on that. Get about 25 yards on the exchange. 4:46 to go, fourth quarter. With no Steve Young and no Jerry Rice, the defense has been called to come up big, and it's done just that. They've held the Rams to 4 field goals in the game and 183 yards. And when they stayed away from those penalties, they finally settled in and stopped the Rams. 49ers from their own 20, 2 tight ends in the ball game. Garrison Hurst, the lone setback. Hurst takes it outside. He tripped and got about 3 on the play. Todd Light covered him. Garrison Hurst now with 93 yards rushing in the game.
Believe me, right now, Steve Mariucci is thinking to himself, God, if I only had a running game. If I could run the ball and march at them down the field, I could get out of this game with a win. But they haven't been able to do that yet this game.
Just had a couple of big runs on the last possession by Garrison Hurst. Let's see, is the Rams defense wearing down? 2nd and 7. Blitz coming. Nothing. Good play by the Rams. Leslie O'Neal in on the stop on Garrison Hurst. Maybe a loss of a yard.
Well, the Rams are doing a fine job. Now they need to win this. Here's Leslie O'Neal. Watch him come outside here. He beats the block of the tight end. Tight end doesn't get enough piece of him. He shoots upfield. Now the tight end needs to get a bigger piece of him. That was Greg Clark over there that time. And see, when you're not used to blocking, when have you seen the 49ers line up in a 2 tight end set and try to run the ball? That's not what they're good at.
They've got 3 wide receivers in now on 3rd and 8. Big play. Draw play. Terry Kirby gets across the 25. He's short of a first down.
Well, the Rams won the battle because, see, the Rams got the ball back to their offense. And the 49ers lost that battle because they didn't go chew up the clock and get field. Even if they just marched down the field, Sam, another 20 yards, it would have helped them out. They would have chewed up the clock and gotten the Rams backed up. Now the Rams are going to get good field position.
See the timeouts remaining. Under 3 minutes to go, with the 49ers leading 15-12. Tommy Thompson to kick. High kick toward the sideline. Jermaine Ross comes over at the 25 and pulled out of bounds by Darnell Walker just across the 30-yard line. The NFL on Fox continues next weekend. We've got another terrific doubleheader coming your way, starting with the pregame show, and then Detroit at Chicago or Arizona against Washington. Late games, New Orleans against San Francisco. 49ers first home game, St. Louis at Denver. You and I will be in Denver for that one. We'll get to see John Elway. So now the Rams down by 3. Ampley in the backfield. The lone setback. 3 wide receivers in the game. Small in motion. Banks under pressure. Dropped by the tight end Ernie Conwell. St. Louis Rams have not beaten the 49ers since November of 1990 and have not beaten the 49ers at home since September of 1986.
Ampley is in a game now on first down. Phillips is out because they've got to get down the field. They've got to get a passing game going. That's why he's in. All his yards are coming off the pass, and the Rams need to move the ball downfield and score. That's why he's in the game now and not Lawrence Phillips.
Tony Banks just 8 for 21, 106 yards in the game. Second and long. Rushed as he's going down, and he got rid of it. Terrence Small was there. The pass incomplete. Bryant Young had hold of him.
Bryant Young's had big days in the past against the Rams.
He had 5 sacks in the 2 games against them last season.
Yeah, he had 11.5 on the season, and 5 of them came against the Rams. And he's been in the backfield a bunch today. You know, they really like that guy. They gave him a big contract, about $3.5, $4 million a year. President Dwight Clark said, there's a guy, you know, most players have skeletons in their closets. He doesn't even have a closet. He had no problem giving him that contract.
3rd and 10, and Dolman looked like he jumped off.
What's the number?
They were anxious. It's Dolman offside.
Offside, unabated to the quarterback, 56 defense. 5 yards, 3rd down.
Yeah, now sometimes when you're a veteran like Dolman, you try to beat the snap count. And that's what he's trying to do here. He's just trying to beat the snap count.
11th penalty of the game for the 49ers. Now it becomes 3rd and 5 with 2:23 remaining, and the 49ers leading 15-12. 3 wide receivers in for the Rams. That's Torrance Small in motion. Everybody out. Banks stepping up and firing. Completed. Eddie Kennison coming back from the shoulder injury. First down, Rams near midfield.
Watch Kennison working. Watch it. He's off to the right of your screen. Now he's going to work. He's working against Drakeford. Now remember, Drakeford is in because Marcus Pope is out. Now he's in there as a nickel back, and he's over there on Kennison, and he just takes him upfield, and he gets Drakeford's feet planted. And then Kennison comes back, and Banks finds him.
Spotted just across the 46. First down, Rams. Everybody out. Banks over the middle, short to Ernie Conwell. At the 49er 48, he's thrown back. Ken Norton and Merton Hanks. Coming down to the 2-minute warning. The Rams trying to break the 49ers stranglehold on them. Steve Mariucci looking for his first win in the NFL. The Bud One airship, aerial ambassador of the King of Beers, is providing these scenic shots of the city of St. Louis. Jeff Wilkins, the field goal kicker, 4 for 4 in the game. Rams probably need about, I would say, about 10 or 12 yards to get him in position with the strong leg he has. 2nd and 4. Ampley gets to the 45. Brings up a big 3rd and 2.
Yeah, this is big 3rd and 2. With some timeouts left, you need one for the kicker.
Lawrence Phillips started to come back in. Now they're bringing him off. And timeout.
Yeah.
And they had to spend the timeout. A lot of confusion. The wide receivers were looking at Tony Banks, and they didn't understand the play call. Minute 36 to go.
Yeah, and Phillips now Phillips comes to the huddle. See, when it's 3rd and short and you have your pass receiving back in there, there's really no threat of the run. So the defense is going to cater to that.
Tony Banks at the sideline. 1:36 remaining. 49ers leading the Rams. Jim Druckenmiller, the first-round draft pick out of Virginia Tech in his NFL debut.
Yeah, look at it. He looks a little confused there. I mean, this has all gone so quickly for him. He's didn't know what the heck was going on. He's 3rd string. Then he's the starter Tuesday and Wednesday when he comes to practice. Then he's gone in, thrown into a game. He's seen blue jerseys flying all around him. He's just telling his defense, hey, win this one for me. Let's get out of here.
See his numbers for the game. But picking up some real valuable experience. What would it mean to him, you think, psychologically to win?
Oh, help him out a lot. Right here with the Rams. Look, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I think you missed one on the line.
12?
Yeah.
I missed the guard. Yeah, it would have been 12.
Here's 3rd and 2, and Lawrence Phillips on the cutback. I think he's going to be a little short. Ooh. Oh, man. I thought there was room. The hole seemed to be there. And it's bringing up a 4th down play.
Let's bring the chains out for this one. Now, from the far sideline, to me, it looks like he's made it.
Yeah,
but the near sideline here, where the official chain is, he looks short.
Yeah, I think he's short. 1:26 remaining. And this is too long for Jeff Wilkins. It's about a foot.
Well,
Fourth down.
Yeah, they've got to go for it right here. This is the game right here for both the Rams and the 49ers. We got the big people in. There's Hayward and Phillips. They're in the backfield. 2 tight ends.
Three tight ends now in the game. Quarterback sneak. Oh, man, he's still driving. He may not have made it.
No, he didn't.
Tony Banks on the quarterback sneak, and Gary Plummer, the middle linebacker, stacked him up. Oh, here is
Dick Vermeil knows it, too.
a spot. Key spot here. Oh, it's short.
They're calling for the change to come out and measure. But I'm telling you, that's short.
It's the same place it was before. What a play by the 49ers defense.
Yeah, by Gary Plummer. And I don't know. I don't know if I'd quarterback sneak it when the game's on the line and it's 4th and inches, and I'd want to go at Dana Stubblefield, Bryant Young, and Gary Plummer.
Well, Banks, a big guy, looking for it. Here's the look at the measurement. No gain. They were inches short before, and they came up the same way.
That hurt. That hurt. Watch Gary Plummer fill here. Watch this fill. He's the one that knocks Banks back. He gets his helmet and his shoulder pad on Banks, and he never lets him go. Watch. Now he's got a hold of Banks, and he won't let Banks squirm out of there. See him? See him still pushing him back?
Wow. What a play.
Now, if he didn't have that wrap on him, Banks would have spun and fallen forward, and they might have possibly given it to him where he fell. But Plummer, he's been around a long time. He knows. He filled and he wrapped.
Banks upset. And the 49ers. Rams have only one timeout. Druckenmiller will take the snap and go to a knee. The Rams use the timeout.
You know, Sam, coming into the game, the 49ers defense said they have to want it. They have to win it. And I think on that last play, they just did.
Steve Young, he's got a smile on his face. Dick Vermeil knew this was a test for his team, and the 49ers have found a way to continue their stranglehold over the Rams.
They got a false start on the 49ers, but the bottom line is that the Rams are out of timeouts, and the 49ers can just take a knee on the rest of the time.
That's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down. No timeout. The foul stopped the clock. There will be no charge timeout to St. Louis. The foul stopped the clock.
No, they still have a timeout left.
Yep.
They're gonna give them a timeout back now because the foul stopped the clock on the offsides, and they didn't cause him to burn a timeout.
The corrected numbers back on. Don't forget, second game of our doubleheader is coming up. Green Bay at Philadelphia. 1:08 to go. Steve Mariucci checking to see how many timeouts the Rams have. Ball's at the 49ers 39-yard line.
You know, this clock was at 1:10, and if they're saying that it stopped the clock, then how come they ran 2 seconds off?
That's a good question. Druckenmiller to one knee. St. Louis with a quick timeout. 1:05 remaining. This game is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or the use of this telecast without the expressed written consent of the St. Louis Rams and the National Football League is prohibited. Today's game produced by Mike Burks, directed by Andy Kindle, Associate Director Rich Dewey, Broadcast Associate with terrific statistical material, Michael Fitzgerald. The studio was produced by Scott Ackerson and directed by Bob Levy. Executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill. Thanks in the booth to Emmett McGuire and Jim Stamos, our statistician and spotter in the booth.
You know, while we're crediting everybody, I think for the 49ers, you got to credit their defense.
Oh, huge.
They knew coming in that they had to find a way to win it, and they've done great. They've kept them out of the end zone the whole entire time. They've given up some field goals, kept them out of the end zone, and when they needed to make a play on 4th and inches, they did.
Now the 49ers on second down. Druckenmiller to one knee, and now the clock will count down. So the 49ers, in their first of 7 consecutive division games, knew they needed this one big time, and they've come through with a great defensive effort. They hope to have Steve Young back next week. He'll be checked out by the doctors. Word is he'll have a neurologist on the sideline should he get dinged again in a game to not allow him to get.
So they won't let Steve Young talk to coaches into letting himself get back in the game.
The one knee, and that will do it. 14 straight wins over the Rams by the San Francisco 49ers. For Dick Vermeil, a test for his team, and the 49ers found a way. And Steve Mariucci wins for the first time in the NFL.
With that guy right there, Druckenmiller.
Druckenmiller, the first quarterback taken in the draft this year. Tony Banks, the first one taken last season. And Steve Young congratulates the rookie. Boy, look at that.
Yeah, it's great feeling. You know, not big numbers, only 102 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, but he got the big W, and that's important. And he was faced with a lot of stuff. He had a lot of problems. He couldn't run the ball well, and he had to force some passes. He took some chances, but he got a little experience today.
Defense big, and a couple of big runs by Garrison Hurst when they needed them. Coming up next here on Fox, second game of our doubleheader, the Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers meet the Eagles in Philadelphia. Jim Druckenmiller in his NFL debut posing for pictures as a big winner. The 49ers have defeated the St. Louis Rams 15-12. The defense coming up big, and then Garrison Hurst going in for the big touchdown run of 35 yards, and the 49ers have won it 15-12. For Bill Maas, this is Sam Rosen. Thanks for being with us. Stay tuned for the Packers and the Eagles. You've been watching the NFL on Fox.